In the news this morning.
50.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is 950 ENT Radio's PRG podcast. It's your boy Freddie Focus.
It's your boy PRG Black, representing 950 Entertainment.
It's your boy Cutter Calhoun, always and forever, repping for the South Side.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
And we got a special guest with us. Introduce yourself, sir.
It's the boy Kid Faze.
Yes,
on
sir.
On behalf of Tomorrow Code, man. Tomorrow Music. Money Map Monopoly out now.
No doubt.
We here, man. It's been a long time.
Yeah, he was actually a part of the showcase, the showcase we had a couple months
My
ago.
Moment Part 2.
Yeah,
That
the
was
My
dope.
Moment Part 2. It was
Soundbar.
Yes, sir, in
It's a dope
Orlando.
vibe, man.
Yeah, it was
Really
very
was.
dope. It was very
A
dope.
lot of great talent. Really, it was one of the best showcases. When I
we-
said that shit, I meant
Yeah,
that
you
shit.
did say
Good
that,
luck.
though.
I
You
meant
did
that
say
shit.
that.
Appreciate
So you wasn't bullshitting. though.
Nah, I meant that
All right,
shit.
no doubt.
Yeah, it was a dope vibe. Like, and we barely promoted. Like, we barely didn't promote like the way we was supposed to.
Yeah.
To be honest,
But it
we
still
didn't.
came off.
It came out pretty dope though.
I mean, but it's all, you
Part
know.
two
I mean,
at.
Yeah, but, you know, it's a learning curve. Once we get to part 3 or 4, we're going to have that shit down. Okay.
We're planning to do in July, like
Yeah.
mid-July for the next one. So.
Oh, the summertime part.
Yeah.
So when we pop the next one off,
I'm
you know what I'm
there.
saying? We can
Yeah.
reach out to the bro.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Automatic.
Yeah.
No doubt. Speaking of shows, don't you got something coming up, though?
Yeah, I got a show at Guilt on the 25th. You're in my city
No doubt.
with the home company Tomorrow Co.
Okay.
I'll be in Tampa 2 days before that.
Okay.
But the big one, that's gonna be a big one, man. It's that Guilt, man. That's right there.
Yeah, that's a big
where
name.
my crowd. That's where my crowd. I was gonna tell you. I was gonna say it earlier. I'll tell you how I came in the game.
Okay.
I was a promoter.
Oh, for real?
Really?
Yeah.
In Orlando?
In Orlando, yeah. I
Okay.
went to UCF. And I was doing my thing. But
How old are you, bro, if you don't mind?
I'm 20. I just turned 26. Like a couple
Okay.
days ago.
Okay. So you're not a young cat. You a
So
vet.
you're a Taurus, man.
Yeah.
I just turned 31, man, on Saturday.
Don't sound so
Happy
sour when you
birthday,
say
man.
that, though.
Yeah, thank you.
You know what
Happy
I'm
birthday
saying?
to you too, bro.
Yeah, man, that's how I did it,
Yeah, I
and I
remember
just
those
stepped away.
days.
But now I'm all about the music. I left that. I put somebody else in the driver's seat for that.
Okay. So, like, was there like a certain point, like, where you was like, that
that
you
was
needed to make that transition from behind the scenes?
Yeah, it was before I graduated. I was probably 20, 21, 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was
I
there
started
something that happened, or it just?
Nah, man. I always understood that being in this industry, it's best to have a base of something so you can transition into something else. Like even with music's not my landing page where I'm gonna stop.
Okay,
Got
let's
other
talk about
endeavors.
that in a moment, though. Yeah, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? What your other
So-
things going on?
But I just knew, and there's a certain point I found somebody that could handle it while I was away. And that was really it. Making sure somebody's able to understand what we have built and take it to the next level while I'm
Okay.
able to
Okay.
do what I got to do.
'Cause, yeah, you basically trusting your career into that person's hands too, right?
Yeah, well, no, yes and no.
Okay.
My career is always in my hands.
No doubt.
But it's more of a partnership.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And I was able to step away so I could work on the music, man.
That's good, man.
Yo, one thing though, you got this aura about you. You about your business. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And that's a good thing because I remember we was I am in something before, and one thing he was like, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing the show. Y'all can come through. It's opportunities for you to get your merchandise off and stuff like that. And you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I was like, this dude is definitely about his money. And then at the show, you approached me about being on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember, but you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So I was like, this dude is definitely about
Not
his.
to cut you off, but you just showed your age. Did you just say I am?
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to cut him. I was like, what the fuck?
What
I
I'm
am. Nigga say, what's your ASL? All right, continue the interview, please.
But yeah, man,
What I was
am,
supposed to say?
bro.
Private message?
yeah,
No, DM,
You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
man.
DM. See, I'm
Yeah.
fucking up. We could fix that in post, though.
right.
I will never hear nothing that just happened.
Make sure you leave all of that in.
Stop.
Yeah, man. But I am, bro. I'm business first, man. I've always been business. I can't tell you when the last time I had a job. It's been one long time, probably high school. And
Okay.
even when I was in high school, I was slinging candy bars and other things.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you was that dude.
Yeah.
Where you from?
Okay.
I'm from South Florida. I'm from Miramar.
Okay.
Hey,
'Cause when
shout
you-
out to Miramar.
when
My
you-
mom live out there.
Word.
Yeah.
When you say that, I'm thinking about
Southwest 26th
I'm
Street.
thinking about the kids in New York that be slinging like candy
You
bars
gotta
in the
get your
train.
hustle
and
on,
shit.
man. Whatever
Yeah.
you grind, man.
Shit.
Niggas is
I need
rather-
this for my basketball team. There ain't no damn basketball team,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Shit, everybody had to get their hustle on back in the day.
Facts.
I know. Back in the day, for me, my hustle was CDs. This showing my age because I used to burn CDs and sell them for $5 a pop.
Man, but that's a hustle though. That was
4
a
for
hustle.
15.
It's a
back in the
hustle,
day.
but it's really bad for guys like me.
Yeah. Nah. It was
Not
for people
anymore.
who was already rich. You know what I'm saying? It was for like Tupac and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Because I was definitely on the LimeWire tip.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, everybody was.
Back in the days, if you could burn CDs, you
Oh,
was
yeah.
in the game.
Yeah.
Hot commodity, sir.
Hell
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We had bootleg DVDs like stacks. Something just came out.
Like people was going into business. You know,
Man.
bootleg DVD business. You know
Man,
what I'm saying?
you know what I'm saying? The Netflix fucked my whole hustle up.
Oh man, now you don't see a DVD in sight.
iTunes, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
When the last time you seen a CD?
What's that?
You know what I'm saying?
That's a question I ask. I be
Records is
asking
coming
too.
back though, like vinyl
Yeah.
records.
Yeah,
that's actually
vintage.
spiked up.
Give
lately.
it about 10, 15 more years. We're gonna see CDs again.
Popping
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I think CDs are like they're novelties now. They're pieces of memoir.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're
Nostalgia.
old enough to be that though.
And they
Like
sh-
tapes are like novelties. Like you said,
Yeah,
records
yeah.
are novelties. They got to get that
Yeah.
age on them 1st. You know what I'm saying? A 2004 Chevy Impala. That's not a a novelty yet. But once they get that age on it, you know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a classic car.
No doubt.
Nah, but what I was about to say, my mind just went blank about CDs and shit like that.
Yeah, we went on tangent.
Cause I still sell CDs, man. Whenever I'm at a
for
show,
real?
I got a couple on me. Yeah,
No doubt.
I think CDs, it's definitely more towards streaming nowadays. But
Yeah. There's still some people that,
still grab
Yeah.
CDs,
Yeah.
and I try to put as much time, like my creativity goes into my art as well. So I make it special. I think you just gotta make it special.
Another thing about CDs is that I forgot how great CDs sound
That's
compared to like regular streaming and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It actually sounds a lot better.
Yeah, that's why Tidal is different. 'Cause
Yeah,
Tidal
yeah.
is
I just got on Tidal and they just unleashed master quality audio. Bro, that shit does make a difference.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a believer at first, but it does.
yeah.
Especially for me as an artist, I can't listen to a song regular. Like if I listen to a song, I always listen to it. Like for example, the DJ Khaled, I heard some like mixed flaws in there, and I was just like, why can't I just hear the song and enjoy it like a regular person? I can't. I start hearing flaws in it or how they mixed it. I'm like, they should have done this. I just never can. So
you can't turn your ear off.
Yeah,
Shit,
it's weird.
So yo, like the first time we met you were performing. So
Yeah.
here's my question: what do you like better, performing or in the studio?
I gotta say I like both. It's all
Everybody
a part of
say
the
that.
process. It's all a part of the process. I mean, because right now I'm not in the studio. I was in the studio today, but like I can't. The last time before that, I was there just to pick up files. I wasn't there to record.
Okay.
Right now I'm not in recording mode, and it's just right now I'm in performing mode. Right now I'm trying to be the best performer I can be.
Okay.
That phase where I was trying to be the best recording artist,
Mhm.
that I'm past that now.
So what's the difference?
What's the difference? Well,
Like I guess in your modes, you know what I'm saying?
when you're performing,
Mhm.
it's an exercise. It's a show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a reason why people would be like Beyonce is the Michael Jackson of today's era because that's a performer. You know, you take an artist like probably someone who uses heavy auto tune, they don't sound the same performing as they do on their record.
Correct.
But when you go to Beyonce, yo, this sounds like the
It sounds like the record.
Right.
Right.
So
right.
I'm trying to be that. I'm trying to be entertaining. I want to develop some stage charisma and dance moves to my music, and just be able to win the crowd over
Okay.
as a performer because it takes more than just rapping your song. Sometimes it's even hard to remember the song, especially if it's a new song that you did. But just being able to connect with the art, with the audience.
Okay.
So that's trying
I mean, that's part of the art, though.
It
because
is.
You could take, I believe, you could take a 16 and give it to person A and give it to person B, and the difference is going to be the way they perform the
Right.
16. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's not about just anybody. A lot of people can write,
Yeah.
but you got to be able to perform and give that crowd that performance
Yeah.
when they're in front of you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's why I find it so like incredible how Hove like memorizes. Even like he just did that recent show in New York, and he was doing B-sides, like old B-sides. Like, how do you remember
That's crazy.
B-sides to your album from a mad long time ago? Like, and know it, and like he didn't fuck up.
Well, that I would put that if I was in his situation. I'm not gonna. I don't know what he did, but who he type of artist he is. But I rehearse. I would rehearse. I'm not trying to. I'm always about preparation. I don't like making mistakes. You know, and how do you not make mistakes? You practice. Yeah.
You need to rehearse and practice even before you go in the booth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't hit the mic if I don't know the words.
That's what I'm saying. I've seen people go in the booth with something that they stammering and stuttering. Like, no, you need to actually, when you go in the booth, it needs to be like it's already in your head.
Yeah.
Like you already know the song. You just recording it. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You're not getting the kinks out in the booth.
A&Rs hate that when you go when they go up there and they see you with the especially when you're doing your show and you have most like we hear the record more than we hear you like live. I hate when people rap.
I don't even put vocals on my joints.
Yeah, I hate when
You don't do
artists
backtracks.
Only the hook. Only the hook's
okay,
playing. But as far as verses, that's all me.
It's crazy that we bring this up though because I was actually watching a documentary, not a documentary, a concert on Tidal. It was the latest Nipsey Hussle album release, which was Victory Lap, and you can tell it was the actual night it came out, and he was performing it, and you can tell that he didn't really know it word for word because he would go silent for at least 5 to 10 seconds.
Let the track play.
You know, and like the track play. And, you know, in music time, that's a fucking long time. That's dead air when the beat is just playing. You know what I'm saying? And you know, being that you perform.
Right.
Like, imagine going 10 seconds without saying nothing.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's like a minute.
You know what I'm saying? But it just shows that, you know, even at the highest levels, preparation. You know what I mean? It's all about preparation.
Yes, it is.
So, talking about highest levels, let's talk about highs and lows. What's one of your greatest moments on stage, and have you had any bad moments on stage? I'm trying to let the people get to know you, so I want to know some inside stories.
I can't even think of a bad right now.
Damn, son. So you saying you that nice?
No,
that
I'm
there's
not
bad
saying that
moments?
it's that nice. I'm just trying. When you say bad, I'm trying to think of something embarrassing or something. I'm trying to think of something like that was really buzz. That was like horrible. I can't think of nothing. And if something wasn't great, I wouldn't even say it's bad because it's whenever I get off a stage, I'm always asking somebody, "What do you think I could have did better?"
No doubt.
But
So even if it's a bad moment, you trying to learn from it, and ultimately it'll be a good moment.
okay, I got a story for you.
All right, let's go.
All right. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's a story. So I had a show not too long ago in Wynwood in Miami for 420, and I didn't like the sound that the promoter put up. He had 2 stages. The stage I was at, I didn't like the sound. I thought the other stage had better sound, so I asked him, "Can I go over there?" He said no. So when he said no, I'm like, "Damn, that's how you feel?" So I run up stage and I perform and I just start talking hella shit. I had a Kanye moment. I started talking hella shit about the promoter, telling him.
Did you before you even perform?
While I was performing? Yeah. Because it was a horrible sound, bro. The speakers were blown, and you wanted me to. My job is to sell sound. That's what I do. I sell sound. So if you give me something, I can't win the crowd over with. You're making my shit sound bad.
Yeah,
correct.
You know,
that's gonna make you look bad.
It makes me look bad.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I was able to still sell merch, but the only reason I sold merch was because they fucked with my Kanye moment.
Yeah.
Me talking shit.
Yeah.
You know, but
So that made you memorable.
it did.
No doubt.
It did for sure.
That's what's up.
Shit.
That's what's up.
That's also a good tactic though, because you seen that. I mean, you actually heard it. It was like, oh man, my sound fucked up and it's going to shit. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna call this shit out, say it for what
Walk
it
off
is. You know what I'm
stage.
saying?
Yeah.
Let them know
Yeah, I
that
spazzed out.
you know that what's going on. You know
Yeah, I
what I mean?
spazzed out. I told him, go get your money back.
Oh, you told the crowd that?
Yeah,
B?
go get your money back.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
Promoting and
That's
reproached you after that.
Nah, he was mad. He was mad, you know, because I asked
They
him
ain't
nicely.
send nobody to take you up stage?
Nah, I had my niggas with him. He wasn't gonna do that. But
No doubt.
yeah, he was mad, but I told him I still thanked him for the opportunity because he's doing his thing. He's putting on a platform for artists to get recognition and recognized. But
True that.
you know, he was acting dumb like I was saying bullshit at first though.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, but
His-
that's what people
his
do when
attitude
you
about it was
right.
kind of shoo you away.
That's probably what
Yeah.
they expect, though. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? MCs and stuff, they probably expect people to not be about their business and all that.
Yeah,
You know
that's what
I'm
they. I'm not your typical artist, bro. Like,
saying? Okay.
you know,
No doubt. You know, that was you did the right thing in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? For the information you put forth here. But
I asked nicely.
and you know
I
what I'm
did.
saying? You asked nicely, and they didn't, give you what you needed, so you
Right.
had to say what you had to say.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? At least you ain't walk away on some I should have, could have said something. Shit.
Nah.
You said what you had to say, and you left it out there. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So, let's take a break real quick. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go into the joint that I first heard when you performed at the My Moment 2 showcase. This joint called Boy. You know what I'm saying? Anything, any inspiration or any what was the foundation or where did that song come from?
I heard the beat, man. Like, got that little, it's like a little tune in the background. It sounded like a child's, like a bedtime story, type of, But I just heard the beat, and after a while, I did the beat. One funny story about my mixtape is I did it once, and then the hard drive failed.
Wow. What now? When you say failed, everything was gone.
Everything gone.
The beats. I mean.
No, I still had the beats.
Oh yeah, because
that was on my computer, but
okay.
my engineer's hard drive failed.
Wow.
And we lost everything.
How many tracks?
At the time, it was 16. We had 16 done,
God.
ready to go. Right now, all they get is 10. There's only 10 that's out right now, but there was at the time 16, and the hard drive failed. And had to do it over. So like the hook is the same hook as the first time, and the first verse is the same, but that second verse is new.
Okay.
How
long it took you to do the 10 songs over?
It took a year to make the 16, and then after that happened, it took 2 years to do it over to get the 10 out.
Because you can't restore the same feeling. That you
Yeah,
did from the
exactly.
first
So
time.
that's why I had to no song is the same. There's only one song that's the same, and that's Act 1.
Okay.
And that's because that was story. That was a freestyle off the rip, and then that was just like that one was there what it was already,
Okay.
But everything else, it was like nah. It gave me. It's like I tell people it's like when you was in English class, they say you need the first draft, second draft, third draft.
Right.
That's why I took it as. It was that was just the first draft of the tape.
Whoa.
Second draft, it was better. It's a lot better than what it was then.
Cool.
But boy, I just liked. I really liked that beat when I first heard it, and I just ran with that, man, and that's what came out.
All right, that's what's up. So we're gonna go into a little joint by my man Kid Faze. He calls this one Boy.
If I could add, it is
No
like
doubt.
a story of how I got into the game, as far as how I went from student to hustler.
Okay.
So that's what
it
it's
is.
really
That's
the
what it
story
is.
behind it.
Now, and before we even talk about that, I didn't hear like your whole project, but I've heard the songs that you sent me. They dope.
Yeah,
But
thank
now,
you.
giving me that backstory, I definitely want to go check out the
Yeah.
project now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To hear it and then understand it from the space that you're talking about it came from. This is like the
Yeah.
second draft of this album. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely trying to check it. So, we're going to play this joint called Boy by my man Kid Faze. This is PRG Podcast, 950 ENT Radio. We be right back.
Ever since I was a boy, pushing car toys. Mama tell me yeah, and I was dreaming Rolls Royce. Ever since I was a boy, pushing car toys. Mama tell me yeah, and I was dreaming Rolls Royce. Ever since I was a boy, pushing car toys. Mama tell me yeah, and I was dreaming Rolls Royce. Ever since I was a boy, pushing car toys. Mama tell me yeah, and I was dreaming Rolls Royce. I was taking a test when I said fuck it all. I wanna ball. I'm 19 years old and I ain't got no car. I gotta get it, above the law. I'm plotting on spring and this was in the fall. I called a plug, he looking out. He told me to hit him when I come back to South. 125th, 441, we gon' get you a whip. Ever since I was a boy, pushing car toys. Mama tell me yeah, and I was dreaming Rolls Royce. Ever since I was a boy, pushing car toys. Mama tell me yeah, and I was dreaming Rolls Royce. Ever since I was a boy, pushing car toys. Mama tell me yeah, and I was dreaming Rolls Royce. Ever since I was a boy, pushing car toys. Mama tell me yeah, and I was dreaming Rolls Royce. That where them scripts at, that's where them bricks at, that's where the fish at, probably where your bitch at. Ever since I been strapped, see my tents black, trigger been back, where that nigga been clapped. I was running out 100, then they brought me back to 0. Copping, calling cars, try to get in touch with Migo. Then I jumped into that water like your nigga had a speedo, pushing on my jewels just to try to get a kilo. Ever since I was a boy, pushing car toys. Mama tucked me in, I was dreaming Royce ever since I was a boy. Pushing car toys. Mama tucked me in, I was dreaming Royce ever since I was a boy. Pushing car toys. Mama tucked me in, I was dreaming Royce ever since I was a boy. Pushing car toys. Mama tucked me in, I was dreaming Royce.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is not for D&T Radio PRG podcast, man.
I made it.
Yeah, Keem Elijah One made it
My
to
nigga
the
Keem.
show, man.
Better late than never.
He's here on Black Time, you know.
Hey,
It's cool.
Excuse
CPT,
my
you got the
lateness,
scan
y'all.
for it.
Excuse my lateness, man. I'm sorry. Had a schedule change up, but I made it though.
Yeah, man.
We here with
Nigga.
my son.
My nigga out here doing
What up, though?
My nigga out here doing fatherly things. You gotta excuse him for that.
Yeah.
He good. He
Was it
good.
AUU tournament you was at or something?
Yeah, the first game today.
Okay.
They switched up the schedule on us, man, and gave us a late ass. And then the game started late. So it was terrible. I mean,
They
look
said,
what time
"Come
it is
show
now.
up."
Damn near 11 o'clock. I just got here.
Come show up, but wait.
Yeah, nah.
What they say in the Army? Hurry up and wait.
Yeah, yo, I
You know what I'm saying?
that shit is real though, man. That's happened to me a lot in life, bro. The job site and all that
Mm-hmm.
shit. It's like, you gotta rush, and it's like, all right, hold on, you gotta wait a second because then we gotta wait for these people.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what y'all
Get here by
fucking rushing
9, but you're
for,
not gonna
man?
start till 9:45.
Yeah.
You know what
And that's
I'm
why I always show up to everywhere late because I'm gonna have to wait anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but on
Thinking
the
it
real,
through.
we plan shit like that when we plan stuff like for birthday parties or anything. We put in the time like an hour ahead of what we really wanted to start. 'Cause
That's
we
what
know-
they say.
we
If you
all-
want people
I've
to
been
show up
doing
at
that my
9,
whole- man,
you got to
'cause-
say it
yeah.
start at 10:30.
Yeah, especially black people
No, well,
and
you know.
Hispanics.
Bro,
Hispanics are
if we
worse.
wanted to start from 12 to 2, it starts at 11.
I think Hispanics are worse than blacks. Be honest.
I don't know,
For
bro.
real.
I think he's right, bro.
Bro.
Might be. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Our
man.
baby showers don't start till 8, man. Babies be sleep already,
Baby
bro.
sleep. They don't even know nothing happened. They don't
I'll
even
be about the baby.
Way too lit. Yeah.
Nigga say that.
Bro, we watched the Kodo fight for when Sasha was pregnant with Kimi.
Yeah.
We got faded and then watched the Kodo Margarito 2 fight on pay-per-view, bro.
What was the occasion?
The baby shower.
Wow.
Baby shower.
Y'all got
was
fucked
lit,
up and
though.
watched boxing for the
Yeah.
baby shower?
You already
We
know.
make it about ourselves. We don't even be
You know
about the
how
baby.
I'm rocking.
Just give me the gifts and
It
we're
was
going
fire,
to drink
wasn't it?
after.
It was
Hey,
fire.
it was great time. I got pictures of me with a bottle of Grey Goose in my hand and shit at the baby shower.
Not the baby, not the
Wild.
baby, but the Grey Goose bottle. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we got my man Kid Faze in the building. You know what I'm saying? Still chilling with
Yo.
us. You good?
Yes.
Sir.
No doubt. So you in the music game? You know what I'm saying? You've been releasing music. Tell us a little bit about the label that you're on. You know what I'm saying?
Label small right now, but nonetheless we mighty.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'm the only active music out right now. We got a singer in the works.
Mhm.
We got a rapper too. He's doing his thing. He was on Rolling Loud this year.
Yeah.
Oh, for real? What's his name?
Yeah, that's Tunde.
Okay.
Yeah, he doing his thing. But we at the ground right now, man. We about to be on the ground running.
So you are artist as well as
Yeah, a lot of things that happens for me. I mean, I'm not a lazy artist. I do it.
right.
You know, like
You don't say you're working, but you're not working. You know.
yeah, like see me. I got CDs on me. I got flyers on
You
me.
got
I got
CDs on you
posters
right
me.
now?
I got CDs on me right now.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I got That's why I got a truck, man. My truck got all my stuff in. I'm always ready to do what I got to do.
Okay.
Whenever I hit these shows, niggas, I'll be there. I'll be the opening act. They'll see all my flyers on my brand and they'll think I'm the headliner.
Yeah.
You know.
That's what you got to do,
That's what
man.
it is. You
That's
gotta
real
show
though,
for
man.
real. You
Yeah.
gotta
It's
stand
It's
out.
a grind, bro. It's a hustle.
So
I mean, a part of that shows that your belief in yourself because a lot of people will, say, they'll talk a big game, but they won't actually show it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But just the fact that you like promoting it so big that when you go to a venue and they think you the main act, that
Yeah.
just shows your strength.
yeah, man. I'm one small guy, man, but I'm a hell of an army by myself, yo. I do a lot of work. I ain't lazy.
That's what's up. So
Can't
that's,
be
that's
lazy.
always good, especially nowadays, man. Nobody really does like the footwork, the street
Nah.
like the CDs and the flyers, because of today's day of streaming music and all of
Yeah.
that.
It's
You
more-
don't see that a lot no more, man. You don't
It's
see
more
that,
so.
dog.
It's more so just talking, man.
Yeah,
They'll try to
yeah.
make a gimmick online. They'll do some
Yeah,
silly at a
everything's social
supermarket.
media,
like, try to,
everything.
I'm
Things
not
like
even
extra.
I'm not even with the jokes and all that, man.
Yeah.
I'm funny, but I'm not trying to be no.
I mean, don't get it twisted.
Joke.
now.
Don't get
I'm
it joke.
not-
I'm funny though.
I'm not just trying to be no gimmick though. I ain't got it for all that.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
you gotta fuck with me for who I am and what I
Yeah.
represent.
I mean, and it says a lot. You got to be organic with that shit because
Yeah.
that's what produces longevity in my eyes.
yeah, I'm here for a career, man, not for 2
that's-
seconds.
That's
True that.
real. Yeah, we had went to what was that? What's that name of that? A music conference they do in Orlando.
Oh, you talking about Slim's on?
I think so.
DJ Slim joint? Yeah, shout out my boy DJ Slim.
Yeah. Exactly, his. And Bigger Rankins was in there, man, and he had said that he was like, nowadays everybody, you can get big off the internet, but like people from Orlando ain't even drove your music down to West Palm, or he's like, you live in Orlando, you an hour away from Tampa, and people in Tampa, you ain't never even went down there and took your music down there. Like he was like, people don't want to grind anymore. Like
it takes both.
Yo, I remember seeing Caskey before he got signed. He did like a whole little docu-series thing on it, and this dude was in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, all up and down Florida, just promoting, handing out CDs, handing out flyers. Like I mean, just working, grinding.
And A&R see that too. A lot of A&Rs travel a lot, and they be like, "Damn, I just seen this kid in Atlanta. I just seen this kid in Florida."
He grew his SoundCloud and his internet buzz. People started listening to his music because of that. Because he was smart, bro. He went to shows, MGK shows. MGK and Caskey basically the same rapper, right? So if you listen to MGK, you got to target
cross promotion,
target marketing is exactly what that is. He's
smart about it.
Targeting a specific market that you'll flourish in, and it paid off for him, bro. Because now you don't see him on the radio or nothing like that. You never have, but his internet numbers are crazy. His show money, that's what it is too.
Following.
Yeah, if you can pull up and 300-400 people coming to your show,
exactly,
you making 5-10 racks a show. You doing 3-4 shows a week,
correct?
Bro, I'm chilling.
Correct.
Give me 40-50 bands a week. I ain't complaining about nothing.
And once people gravitate to you and fuck with you, they're gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna buy your merch. They're gonna buy your albums.
And that's why they go to those concerts, because those are the people that are paying. They out there buying merch and they buying tickets and they coming to the show.
Yes,
those are the people you want on your team.
That's the vibe I'm on, man. I'm not here for the jokey gimmicks.
Yeah,
I'm here for the fan base, for the longevity.
A lot of people was cool with being able to put CEO of Bubblegum Records on the Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And that don't really that don't pay no bills. You know what I'm saying? Everybody could be a CEO, but it's about that work.
Sometimes, man. Like for example, like recently there's this clothing line called Lifestyle in Brooklyn. I don't know if you've seen it. It's like a colorful little brand, but the guy, one of the not even co-owners, went and just stole all their fucking merch, like all their like machines, like sewing machines and stuff, and took a whole bunch of stuff, and they in the webs and on the Instagram page of Lifestyle, they were like, "Yo, go on this guy's page and put crab on all of his comments," and you see on his bio, it's like co-owner of Lifestyle, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and it's just like it's all a lie. It's like,
wow.
And this guy got a following and everything. That's
a lot of people. That's what makes people happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They feel if they got a bunch of followers, it don't matter what their bank account say. I ain't about that either.
Yeah, that ain't ever made sense to me.
Oh, fuck all that. I could have one follower and $1 million.
You know what
I'll
I'm
be
saying?
good.
I'm good.
I'll be good. You know what I'm saying?
For real,
Fuck
though.
all
You gotta
that
chase
shit.
these billions, though. Billions.
So, another question. Do you have any, are there any artists that are out now that influence you? You know what I'm saying? I know you don't.
The people that probably influence me are like OGs.
Okay. Which OGs? I'm
looking at I got a quad. Like it used to just be Birdman, Diddy, and Jay-Z. But I gotta also include Master P into that because of what
all bosses.
Right.
Interesting.
I'm a young boss, and I watch what they do. Because they all have done something their different way. They've all made it their lane, their own different way. Obviously we know Diddy was on his executive producer vibe. Jay was. I feel like the most that I could relate to was probably Jay because it's the rapper mogul way because he started in the game as a rapper, but I ain't no dumb rapper.
Right.
And then but Birdman and Slim got, that deal is crazy. I don't know if y'all know about it.
Yeah,
but
that 90-10 deal.
Yeah, that deal is crazy. That's the deal you
They
want.
were the first one to sign a deal like that. Now it's like Ross got a deal like
Master
that.
P's deal was similar. And that's why you got to include Master P because before
they're independent legends, yo.
Right,
They changed the game independently. Birdman, Master P, like you
New
said.
Orleans, man.
Yeah, these guys switched it up
and
to a whole new
that's
level.
just what I'm on. Those guys is hot. It's to be, I'm in this for the long run. Them boys is about to hit 50, 60.
Yeah.
and they still in the game.
You know what's funny about Master P? He's like the only cat that lived every nigga's dream, man.
Oh, yeah, he was an NBA player.
Oh, hood dream.
NBA, yeah.
It's not even just a hood dream.
Basketball player,
Rapper,
actor, like everything.
man
son.
was
He accomplished a
everything,
lot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that man went bankrupt too and got it all back.
Hey,
They lost it all.
Hey man,
and got it all
hustlers
back,
lose,
bro.
hustlers win, man. That's the
That's
part
true.
of hustle life,
That's
man.
true.
You up one day, you down the
Yup.
next, and you back up next week.
That's what I respect, though. If you can lose it and get it back,
Right.
man, listen.
don't let that loss
Nah.
put you down.
exactly.
for
'Cause people are
permanent.
losing and they
Gotta
won't
get
get it back,
against
bro.
the wall, you run.
Correct.
It's different. It's different.
All right, so I got a unique question for you, and I got to preface this by saying that this is the way I phrase is going to sound weird, but I don't mean
Good, go
negative
ahead.
intent.
Nah.
All right, so do you see yourself as more of a business type artist or more of a artist? And I would preface that by saying this. I heard a podcast recently when they were talking about Big and Diddy.
Uh-huh.
Big was the rapper. Diddy was the kind of behind the scenes business guy doing all
Not
the
behind
shit.
the scenes, but
Well,
I
not,
see what
we're
you're
not
trying
really
to say.
behind the scenes. He was, I mean, not
Yeah, it's
all in the
all right, scratch that
videos.
out. He wasn't behind the scenes. He was in the video,
No, I
but
know what
behind the
you're saying. I'm
scenes.
just talking
But he
shit.
was more of
On
the
his
business
business,
guy.
yeah.
But according to the podcast I listened to, which is In Godfrey We Trust, Gilbert Godfrey, the comedian, he said that Biggie was just in his ears, like, bro, you got to deliver. I mean, you're not a rapper, but I can write for you. You know what I mean?
Right,
And
right.
you got to deliver for it.
So
do you consider yourself more of a business artist or artist?
So just to answer on the surface, I would say more Diddy because I ask myself this question sometimes too, and I ask myself, what kind of rapper do I want to be? And I start to think about like the current leaders of today's generation, which is J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick. I think Kendrick is probably the better rapper of the three.
Mm-hmm.
I think Drake is your favorite rapper,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you like Cole for who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's like Kawhi Leonard of rap.
Mhm.
I'd rather be Drake.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be your favorite rapper rather than the better rapper, the best
Mhm.
rapper.
Feel you.
As long as, but don't sleep though, because even though I'm your favorite rapper, don't sleep. Don't think I can't go bar for bar with you.
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
best
I was
rapper,
just
though.
about
I
to
can
say
still
that
fuck
about
with the best
Drake.
rapper.
Yeah, I was going to say that
Drake
about
is
Drake.
spit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can still fuck with him, but I'd
I
rather
mean,
be
A
your
lot of
favorite.
people don't agree with
Recently,
that,
too.
but I think Drake is
No,
spit.
Yeah, he can.
absolutely.
He can.
Yeah.
Don't
I
sleep.
mean, but now that you say that, though, I can kind of see the inverse of that because you have somebody like a Drake that has both ventures. He's had deals with did he have a deal with Adidas?
He lost
I believe
that. Shout out to Pusha
But
T.
even though he still have he
No, he's
still
like
had
Nike with
business
Nike.
Checks
ventures
over
with
stripes, man.
you know what I'm
Jordan
saying,
had
checks over
Jordan.
stripes, anything like that. So he's very multifaceted in the fact that he can do business ventures
Y'all
and
just seen
Right.
Drake buy a
Yeah.
jet, a Boeing 747. That's a businessman, bro. That ain't no
Right.
that ain't even a private jet. That's a Boeing.
yeah.
That's a whole commercial
plane.
airplane, bro.
Yeah.
To add on to what you were asking about with the label, I do believe like with my label, I'm the first. I'm like the test subject.
What's the label name once again?
Tomorrow Company.
No doubt.
Tomorrow Cole Music.
No doubt.
It's bigger than me.
Mhm.
It's bigger than Kid Faze. Kid Faze is just he's the forefront.
Mm.
It's the beginning.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, I understand that for me, the goal is to have a label where there's a roster of artists that's pushing out. You know, like Young Money would be nothing without Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
But Lil Wayne is no longer the breadwinner for Young Money.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Right.
that he's not a force.
Drake is.
Drake is just the breadwinner right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because there'd be no Drake without Wayne.
Do you,
True that.
do you think if you ever came to that point with your label that you would have this sounds like a stupid question because if one of your artists, all right, say you start popping first,
Uh-huh.
then one of your artists came in and like you start popping above you.
Uh-huh. Would that cause any negative forces? Nah, not at all. I'm not the type of person that needs to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Because off rip, I'm getting paid off that nigga.
Indeed. That's what I'm thinking. You still getting paid. You know
Facts.
what I'm saying?
Whoever it is, if it's a guy or a girl, but I'm getting paid off that, and if we all growing together. You know, just because
No doubt.
you growing a little bit faster than me doesn't mean I'm not growing still. You know, it's like, why would Jay-Z be jealous that Kanye blew up? quicker than probably he did. But Kanye wouldn't blow up if there was no Jay-Z.
True that.
True.
Yeah.
No. You gotta
I mean,
get it. You gotta
Jay-Z
get it.
helped
Jay.
put Kanye into that stratosphere.
No, you gotta get it. You gotta get all that, Jay.
Dame
Bro.
Dash got the credit for that though, because at first Jay-Z didn't believe in Kanye.
Well, yeah, they said it.
He
Nobody
didn't
believed
believe
in
in him,
Kanye.
but
What
it
did they
was,
say
it was,
in the interlude?
It was the Kanye. Kanye had the slots on the Jay-Z albums. Now he's known as like a huge producer, and then Kanye had his own records, but Jay-Z had the platform that he was able to eat off.
Yeah. He got bigger off of Jay. I get it.
Right.
Yeah.
It put him into that next
Exactly.
level. You know what I'm saying? It's
That's
like
the
you
same thing
have
for Drake. Drake has his records. We gonna be all right if we put Drake on every hook. Yeah, Drake has the
that
music.
was years ago he
But
said that. Boy, he wasn't
Wayne
lying.
had the platform.
right.
Cool.
And that's
you
what
got all this talent, and then somebody come along. I got
Right.
the perfect
Wayne
spot
shoulda
for you to
left with
perform
BG
where
and
everybody's
Julie.
gonna see you.
that's all on Jazz and them off of them boys in Texas. Rap a lot.
Oh yeah, man. Jay
yeah.
Prince.
Yeah.
Jay Prince.
I know my history, man.
Godfather,
I'm really in this shit. I'm really trying to take this culture to the next level.
So since we
But
in,
it's good
so,
to learn your history, man, and I noticed that you like, talking about all the independent moguls, Master P,
Yeah, man, that's the
talking
best way to
about
go,
Diddy, and a lot of these guys that changed the game.
you gonna
and the
sign, man,
way
you
that-
make them-
that everybody's trying to go that independent way, that on your own, you don't need a label, you don't
that's
need
hip hop.
Yeah, you don't need the
that's
parent
part of the
company.
culture.
You know exactly.
Jay-Z and them too. I listened to Dame Dash talk about that when they, was it Biggs, Jay and Dame started Rockefeller, and when Def Jam came, they didn't sell out.
No.
Def Jam bought a portion of the
Correct.
company they
Correct.
already had.
Correct.
They
They came
basically
to
just
them.
partnered with them. Is
Right.
what they
Yeah.
did.
It was a partnership. It wasn't like we
Yeah,
trying to get
that's
signed.
different, bro. Yeah,
It's all
because
about
when you get a
partnerships,
deal,
man.
that's a loan basically from
That's
the
the
bank. Is all the
situation. That's
deal
the
is.
situation you want to be in. That's what Diddy had. It was a damn, I forgot the proper word for it, but it was a partnership, and that's what if you guys listen to The Weeknd, that's what The Weeknd held out for. That's why he dropped 3 tapes instead of 1, because he wanted a piece, and he was able
Shout out
to do.
to Nipsey, rest in peace, Nipsey. That's why he didn't sign the MMG, because he said he didn't want a deal. He wanted equity. He wanted
Right.
ownership. And Ross
Right. He said in
actually
his-
went to
in one of
bat
his
for him,
songs.
to try to get him ownership, and they wouldn't give it.
He
So
said, "Fuck
Nipsey
my
walked away.
advantage, just
You saw
push my
Beyonce.
label."
You saw Beyonce just got more money recently because Uber just joined the stock market and they just
Went
opened
public.
up. They just went public and
They just went public.
they just went public,
Couple
which
weeks
is
ago.
crazy, huh?
Damn, that's crazy.
Uber did it?
Yeah, Uber just went public.
did?
Yeah,
I saw
recently.
Lyft one. I didn't know
What
Uber
is
went.
sharing
And
doing,
Beyonce did a concert for them, something did like some benefit thing, and she says, "I don't want you guys to pay me, give me equity."
Hell
Yeah, and she just got racks off of that, boy.
That's what's up.
I mean, but at first they said that she got 300 million from that, but no, she didn't get that.
No,
she got
no.
9 million.
I mean,
which is
bread,
still
though.
which is still
That's
some
good
guap,
money.
bro.
Shit.
Don't get me wrong.
That's
it's
a big
still
difference. That's
but
like
it-
Soulja Boy difference.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a big
That's
difference.
a big
but 9
difference.
million, I take it.
I'll take that shit too. I'll take that shit in a
Yeah,
heartbeat.
yeah.
Not-
Kidding
never
me?
work a day in my
About
life.
12
Flip
houses.
that
Yeah,
shit out
they
of it.
did.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll still be working because I got
And
to
they're
flip it.
actually cheaper than Lyft.
What is that? Is that Uber share $41 a share?
Yeah,
And they just
right.
opened up. That's pretty
Wow.
good for just opening up.
Yeah,
$2
Lyft
a share.
See, that's what I'm
Lyft was
talking
at like
about.
70. That shit was crazy to me. I was like, what
we
the
about
fuck?
to buy
Yeah,
stocks
usually you
on
open
air.
up, you be
Yeah, I'm all on that,
$8-9
man.
or
I'm all
That's
about
what I'm
wealth,
talking
man.
about.
I'm all about wealth and killing this
Generational.
cycle.
Yeah,
That's
wealth,
why
yeah,
PRG
yeah.
shit.
Wealth over being rich, man.
You
Be
see what we
wealthy,
did
don't
there?
be
You see,
rich.
we started talking about stocks, and my man pulled out his phone and tried to start checking the market. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm
man.
saying?
I
He ain't
started
worried
an
about no
IRA this
hoes.
year.
You know?
I
Dope,
started my
dope.
IRA,
That's
man.
good,
That's
man.
what I'm talking
What
about.
made you choose an IRA?
I ain't got no job, bro. So I can't do a 401k.
See
so
that even that. That's a good
IRA
thought.
actually
That's
is
a
better
good
than
thought.
401k though, I believe, because IRA you get taxed when the money comes in, you don't get taxed when the money goes
Yeah,
out.
absolutely.
Oh,
On a
okay.
401k, you get taxed when it goes
At the
in and when
end.
you pull it out.
Yeah.
So when I'm 60 years old and I'm gonna pull out my 401k,
taxed
I'm
it.
getting taxed
I do
again.
like the company
You
match,
60
though.
years old, you pull out your IRA. Yeah, the company match is nice.
do like the
but like
company
he just
match.
said, my man said he ain't got a job, so what's the point of doing the 401k?
True-
You ain't
true
getting
that.
no
No,
match.
true that, true that,
Do
true
the
that.
IRA, you pay your taxes, it goes in. Now when you pull it
That
out,
company match,
and I
and
guarantee you in 20
be
years,
well.
taxes are gonna be higher than they are today.
Oh,
Correct.
So that's why I think of like our
I'd be
Roth
like, I thought I made
IRAs,
money.
things like that are
But now
good to
I
put your
owe.
money in, man.
Pay attention. We giving game to you niggas.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Pay
That's how it's
attention.
supposed to be.
Hell
though.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you know, I got a
Always
book
share
at the
the
house,
game, man. I
man,
ain't cuffing it,
that I've
man.
been reading. It's just the stock market for dummies. That book, but it's
Okay.
8 books in one, so it's got man, all the dividend paying stocks and mutual bonds and different things. Just
I
trying to
gotta tell
learn
my
about
homeboys,
it, man.
Uber just dropped.
Have y'all watched
I'm watching
Rich
for
Dad, Poor
Airbnb,
Dad?
by the way.
No.
That video, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You ever check that out?
I read the book.
Okay. What did you think about it?
It's a good book.
Okay.
Oh,
Anyway, I don't wanna go
my
too-
pops read it and told me and my brother about it when we was young and had us read it.
What's the premise?
I didn't actually. My son actually checked it out. I didn't check it out.
Oh,
you know
dope.
what I'm saying? You know, so
Good for him, man.
shout out to him.
I was just, bro, you took the word. I was just finna say the same thing. Shout out to him because I know he about to graduate.
He about to graduate Monday.
That's what's
Get the
up.
fuck out my house.
Hey,
Nah, don't do
Nah,
that.
nah,
man.
give him
Let that
time.
man build. Let that
Y'all know
man
me.
grow.
I talk
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I
know.
would never kick
Yeah,
my
yeah,
son.
I know
out.
sometimes
That
you be
nigga will be
wanting to,
40
though.
in the crib.
Now, sometimes you be wanting to
I
kick
love
his
my
ass
son.
out,
You know
though.
what I'm saying? I talk a lot of shit, but I love my son. That's
That's real.
That's my son.
Give
bro.
him 6 years, let him rack up. You know?
Yeah. I'm trying. You know, that's the
Let him
thing.
do some
That's
of that
why I want him to
sax,
stay
too, yo. He's
home so
talented.
he can rack up. And then when he do leave, he'll leave.
He's
in
good.
A
He's on a
position
good
that he
set.
needs
Yeah, he's
to
on a
be
good
in.
foot.
Man, I wish
You know
I
what I'm
stayed home longer, boy.
Yeah,
Facts,
stay
bro.
home, stack your bread.
Facts,
Don't get
man.
no babies.
You try to
stack
be
your
grown and
bread.
get up out the
And
house
then when
early?
yeah, bro.
Fuck, I should have stayed and stacked my bread.
Nah, I was out the
man.
crib at like
I mean,
16 and a half, to be honest.
That's
You know
all
what I'm saying?
love,
I couldn't
man.
wait to get
That's
out
all
the crib.
love,
I
man.
had
But-
him
You know
when
what
I
I'm
was
saying?
17, so you
Yeah.
already know it had to be up out of there, bro.
You had no choice. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
shit
That's
was-
all love,
was
man.
bad.
That's real fatherly love, and I'm telling you right now, when my kids turn 18, they're getting the fuck out. Y'all getting jobs.
You bullshit, bro.
Y'all going to college.
You bullshit, Cutter.
Put you on the
Hey, y'all
fast
know
track.
again.
the dude from Shark Tank, the only black dude on Shark Tank. That, the
Love y'all,
older
though.
dude, he said on Brilliant Idiots, this was a while
Damon
ago. I heard
John.
him. Yeah. He said he not leaving nothing to his kids.
I don't believe
Tripping.
I don't believe in
He
all
tripping,
that.
tripping.
Yeah, he talking about he not
I
leaving
understand. I
nothing.
believe him to earn, but he tripping.
Yeah,
Nah, I
he's
believe
talking
he got
about,
some
it's a
investments.
statistical fact that like when you leave your kids money, they're gonna fuck it up.
The third generation.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was saying
kids
the
will.
third, like their kids.
Their kids
So
will
if your
fuck it
kids
up.
though, but it's pretty good percentage
I'm
that your
willing to
kids
take
will fuck
that
it
gamble.
up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
You know
take
what I
the
mean?
gamble.
I'm
You never
willing
know.
to
Your
take
great
that
grandchild
gamble. You know what
might
I
turn
mean?
your family into a whole different legacy, man.
That's kinda
Might make
ignorant.
y'all
If
billionaires.
if your kid tricks off the money, it's probably because you ain't do what you were supposed to do
Facts.
to implement
Facts.
what had to be
Spoiling
implemented.
that child,
Lazy.
You know what I'm saying?
teaching them right.
But
yeah.
if you leave him some bread and you put
Lazy
the right
parent.
things in his
Donald
mind,
Trump can turn
I think that
a
he has
family
a
empire
good
into
chance
something.
of coming off in a positive
Facts.
way.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I feel like if Donald Trump could do it, anybody could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, look at that nigga. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
look at
Long
Kylie
loan
Jenner
of
about to be a
$1 million.
billionaire out here. You tell me these kids can't do something with some money,
son,
man? Come on.
yeah,
Oh, she
I'm
is a
not-
billionaire, right? Didn't she touch a
Yeah,
billion?
she-
I
I don't know about
officially
that
a
one.
billionaire
I don't
now,
know-
ain't
I
she?
don't know about that one.
Who?
Yeah.
Kylie Jenner.
was all hype.
I
Yeah,
just heard that she hit a
Business is
billion.
probably worth $1 billion.
Yeah, that's her business. She owns that
Well,
business
the
100%.
cosmetics,
She
right?
worth $1 billion in liquid assets.
No,
Not-
not
No,
liquid
no.
assets. No.
I don't
In-
think.
in total,
I
in
think
total
that
amassed,
company's
like,
a partnership with another bigger company.
I don't know. They got
I
her
think
listed
her
as
brand.
100%.
So they hyped
ownership
it
in that
up?
That's
shit,
what
bro.
media does. Media lies.
No,
I
they
second that.
lie, but
I saw it on Facebook,
shit.
so it's true.
I don't know. I know
Oh,
one
fuck
thing:
it,
the
it's
same
on
people that
Facebook.
recorded her numbers record a lot of other people's numbers. Okay, you know what I mean, whether they right or wrong, shit, I don't know.
Well,
but
hey,
even
at
if
the
you're
end
in a
of the day-
conversation,
At the end of the day, they recording numbers, so that's what it is.
listen. If you're in a conversation, I don't hear too many
Yes,
billionaire
same thing.
conversations being thrown around.
Same
Period.
thing.
Yeah.
What do you think about Kim K being a lawyer, trying to be a lawyer
She's
now?
not being a lawyer. That's a lie.
That's a lie?
That
Is
is
a
not-
partner
no.
with real lawyers.
Well, she's going the fast route. She's doing a bootleg lawyer program
Okay.
where you do not get a law degree. She's not going to become a lawyer. She's,
She's
doing
a lawyer
like
advocate.
like how Missy Elliott is now a doctor, but she was given an honorary doctor degree. She wasn't
she's
given
an
a
honorary
doctor.
lawyer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the same thing. She's doing like a
Said they
fast
did it to
pace.
Cosby. They
Yeah,
gave him
it's some
some
bull. Man, she's doing like this 4-year program to do some shit. Well, I mean, salute to her. I get it, but she's not becoming a lawyer. That's
It's
bullshit.
like you did this, or you did this much thing, so we're just gonna give you the doctorate degree.
yeah.
Type
Man, she ain't doing nothing but funding
I
lawyers,
mean,
real lawyers.
Let's keep it thorough though. If you was sitting on multiple M's, would you sit there and go to college for 8 years to be a lawyer? When
No.
could just-
You ain't-
when you could be-
if I'm a millionaire in her situation, because she ain't got to do shit.
I
Nah.
mean,
She get $250,000 to
But that's
post a
what I'm
picture on
saying.
Instagram.
Well, some
Why
people,
not say
some
that's
people,
gonna be a
you know,
lawyer?
That's nuts.
money ain't everything. You know, you
I mean, I
also
get it.
looking for happiness. What some people are like, I think I'm gonna be working till I die. No matter doing
I
something.
mean, she's still
Yeah.
working though.
I tried to,
But
that's what I'm
the
saying,
Scale,
like,
when you
her-
when you look
but
at the
her-
scale, she's
her
still
work-
working. She's still getting stuff
Just
accomplished.
sitting at the house.
She getting people out of jail.
I don't think
No,
she just
I
sitting
get
at
all
the
that.
house.
I'm not
though.
trying to hate
You
on
know
her.
what I'm
That's
saying?
real. I
No
respect
matter.
that. That's what's up.
Like if you got to get to a spot, whether you take a bus or a car, you still
Facts.
got to get to the
Got
spot.
there,
As long
yeah.
as you get to the spot on time, you're good.
I like
there,
your
get there.
passion lately,
That's
bro.
how I look at it.
It's a lot better than knowing her for just the porno tape.
Right.
Nah, I
it's better
respect
than knowing
all
her
that.
just for
That's
having a
what-
fat
Come a long
ass
way.
or a
That's
fake
good, yeah.
ass. You know what I'm saying?
She's making a difference.
She could have
man,
went. She
in a
could
real
have. She
way.
could have made cosmetics. You know what I'm saying? She
has cosmetics.
Oh, right,
That just
right.
ain't
She
sling
worth
like
like
Callie's.
200-300 million her damn self.
Something.
But she not worth $1 billion though.
Hey man,
Like her
she
little sister.
turned.
Little
She
sister
turned what
came
she
in and
had
turned it
into an
out.
empire. You know what I'm saying? Because like I always say,
Yeah, yeah.
it's hoes out here that got sex tapes out for free. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Or ain't making
They
no
got
money
they
off
got
them
they got
shits.
ass implants for free.
It's 2019. We don't use hoes anymore.
I'm sorry.
Who don't?
Respectful, young
Clarify
women, okay?
for me, please.
In a different era.
Respectful young
It is
women.
yeah, respectful young women who can
Okay.
do whatever they want.
All right, I'm sorry.
Pure
But
jokes.
anyway, we got Kid Faze in the building. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, holding it down with us. So you know, you seem like you're very knowledgeable when it comes to hip hop and hip hop
Yeah.
history. So, would you be willing to go on record and state who do you feel there's a goat or a list of goats?
Well, to
Top 5.
Top five.
No Drake.
uh,
You can't put Drake in it.
that's to asking for top. Well, my
No,
favorite
from
rapper.
your,
My favorite,
your opinion.
yeah, for my favorite rapper is always gonna be Wayne.
Out of
Because
everybody.
I respect that.
yeah, you know, you gotta understand. You know, I grew up in. That was just who I grew up to. That was my generation. That's you're probably
Honest
Yours is
answer.
probably Jay-Z. Yeah,
Jay-Z and Big.
right. Jay-Z and Big,
No doubt.
and that was because that's who you grew up to. When I tell when Wayne came out, you was probably like, I don't know about this kid. You
No,
know?
Wayne nice. I
okay,
give Wayne
okay.
his props.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's
Nah,
just
Wayne-
not my necessary cup of tea.
Right.
But just because he's not my cup of tea don't mean he's not nice.
Word.
And
Yeah,
I look at it
Wayne
like
is
that.
Wayne is my favorite rapper. My favorite artist is Kanye because honestly, Kanye is more
He's
than
a
a,
fucking artist.
than a rapper. He's
He's
an
an
artist.
artist.
He's an artist.
He's an artist. I
Yeah,
fuck with Kanye.
But if you say Kanye, I do know now. You know, when I was younger, I didn't. But if you say Kanye is your favorite artist, you have to understand that Kanye is more than just Kanye. He's Kanye. He's Sci-Hi. He's Big Sean. He's Hudson Mohawk. He's Mr. Hudson.
Because they've all,
He's Kid Cudi. He's all
No
these
doubt. They've
all these guys
all-
make a part of him. Pusha
no
T.
doubt,
All these,
no doubt, no
yeah.
doubt, no doubt.
Right.
Right for him too.
Right.
Right,
Exactly. So
Isn't that how that dude? What's his name? Sci-fi.
Travis Scott.
Sci-Hi?
That's how he. That's
Sci-Hi
how he
the
got
Prince.
on, right?
So
Yeah,
underrated.
Sci-Hi's his
So
ghostwriter.
Sci-Hi's
underrated,
nice.
by the way.
Sci-Hi
So
the Prince is
underrated.
nice.
Yeah, he's pretty nice rapper. But I was
Yo,
gonna
Chris, you
say
over there sleeping, son? We talking about ain't Sci-Hi the Prince one of your peoples?
Sci-Hi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Son,
Yeah,
you know,
Sci-Hi was
we talk
nice,
about
man.
him, you ain't even make no comments or nothing.
Nigga,
My bad. My bad. My bad.
yeah,
Say, yo, I'm just here to hit the
Top
button,
five,
bro.
man.
I'm
It's
trying to
got-
make you part.
all right, top
interactive.
five dead
it's
alive.
got a. I can't have a top five, but I could just throw out some notable names.
Let's go then.
I already said Wayne and Kanye. I grew up in the generation with Wayne, T.I., Jeezy, Ross. I like Jay. At first, I didn't like Jay. No lie. I thought Jay just sounded.
I mean, but we from
He
the
sounded
south
aged.
though. We're from the
Yeah,
south.
from the
though.
South,
He
so
said
New York-
you
gotta
he
get used
sound
to that.
aged.
like
I mean, he
no,
doesn't
not
throw
aged.
that.
No, not aged. It was just I didn't like. Everybody always told me listen to Reasonable Doubt, listen to Reasonable Doubt, listen to Reasonable Doubt, listen to Reasonable Doubt. Bro, I hate listening to old albums because they sound old. The only person that can make an old album and it not sound old,
Production-wise
production
or-
wise.
okay, okay.
Only person that can produce an album that's old and it still sound great is Diddy. I can listen to Ready to Die Now and it still sounds great.
I mean, they did remaster it
Timeless.
though.
Yeah.
Too much sampling or
No, it just the quality, the recording quality.
Oh
and-
yeah, you can hear the difference when
Right.
you listen to an old joint.
Right, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
yeah.
it. It's not about it's just the recording quality. Even listening to Illmatic, I don't like listening to it.
Oh my god.
I don't. It's not that it's not great. I just don't like the recording quality.
Okay, just real quick. I don't want to go on a tangent. Have you ever heard of Elmatic by Elza?
Nah.
Check that shit out.
Alright.
It's basically a remake of Illmatic.
All right.
This dude named Elza from I think he's from Chicago.
Right.
That shit is fire. He had a live band play all
Okay,
the
that's
beats
dope.
just like they sound on Illmatic, bro.
All right. Not to say that none of these albums are bad because these albums are really great. I actually did
You
listen
saying
to
they
them.
didn't
I go through them. I
age
love
well.
Halftime. That's like my favorite shit on that joint. And I did listen to Reasonable Doubt, and I love those records too. I have to when I listen to all of them, I've learned to 22 twos. I really like that. My barber put me on that shit. I really learned to like try to put myself into that space of when this was created.
Right, you have to.
You have to, you know, because when I
truly
first listened to it, I tried to
understand
compare it to what's going on right now.
You can't.
You can't. You
No,
have to
you
try
have
to
to put
understand
yourself.
the space.
You have to go. And I like to when I hear music, I like to kind of close my eyes and kind of drift to
Right.
where they're at.
Right.
And
That's
put
what
myself there.
You have to do that.
No doubt. And if
Yeah.
I can't then that tells me that there's an issue with the artist. But
Yeah.
if I close my eyes and go back to Marcy or go back to Queensbridge,
Yeah.
that tells me that you're a great artist. You know what
But that's
I'm
why
saying?
they should remaster this shit and put it back.
No doubt, no doubt.
But
I agree.
I like Jay. I like Diddy. I grew up in that era, like I said, with Wayne, T.I. and them boys. I like Nas. Like I really like that.
Stillmatic.
Nah, it was shit. I forgot the name of it, but he had Amy on a record. He had
Yeah,
the dress.
Life
Right.
is Good.
Life is good. That was a great album.
Bro,
Life is
I
Good
say that
was
all the
a
time.
pretty good
That
album.
master on that whole entire album is
It
phenomenal,
was a
bro.
great album.
It was like great sounding album. Whoever
I
mixed
love
and mastered-
Ross. Who else? The list is ongoing, bro.
I mean,
I'm
you
very.
said a lot of good artists.
I'm
You haven't
very.
said
I'm very.
anybody I disagree
like
with.
today. Even today's time, I like YG. I like Drake. I like
YG's
Kendrick. I
fire,
like.
fire.
He's very slept on. I like Cole. I like. I wish Big Sean would up it up a little more.
I fucked with Big Sean.
Yeah, I like Big
I
Sean.
feel
He
like
got
he about to
bars.
drop some heat though, because
Yeah,
he
he
came out
is.
with a couple records on the Father of a
Big
Side.
Sean can rhyme.
Yeah,
Yo,
he
y'all
can,
heard
really
Father
can.
of Assad though?
God, that shit
Yeah.
is fire.
I like.
No,
I like
well,
Nipsey. I've been listening to
Alex
Nipsey
J.
since back in the day.
Not
I haven't heard it yet. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, he got like
Dropped
five
today.
tracks.
Yeah, it's pretty
Who
fire.
else? It's just I'm a real lover of hip hop and music. Even more than hip hop, I listen to everything. I listen to pop. I like Ellie
So what's your
Goulding.
guilty pleasure? What's your joint that you that's your joint, but
Bro, I didn't know no whores. I don't know.
No,
like
that's
that
been me
track.
for all
That
my
track
life,
is
bro.
nice.
'Cause
I mean,
I be
that
trying to put
joint-
niggas on for. Sometimes I feel like my brothers is really basic. They don't like opening their
Nah.
getting out their box.
Cats don't want to.
They don't like that. and
They scared of what people gonna think of them.
right. I've never been that though. So I
You
be trying to
can't
play.
be, bro. You got to be yourself.
Right. I've always tried to play like what's a really. I love it, but I hate how much they spin it. But I still love it. It's what the fuck is this white girl's name?
Taylor Swift.
No,
That's-
nigga, no.
Halsey,
Halsey, her record right now.
Oh my,
That shit is
I hate
hard.
her
The
voice.
Nightmare joint?
I don't like her voice.
I
I don't like.
don't
her
know.
voice.
It's the one spinning right now.
well, regardless,
Yeah.
Halsey, I kind of like her voice.
She got dope
I don't
records.
like her.
Yeah, I like her
Different.
voice.
I don't know
hate
who
her
that
voice.
is. Surprisingly, I'm a music
You
head.
do, bro. You do.
Sounds
You heard it. You heard
I
it.
just don't know who it is.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
I
know
probably
this.
heard the
Yeah,
track.
heard
with
it.
no
y'all heard
name.
it because she's all over the radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's they spinning her crazy.
Oh, I ain't gonna sing.
Yo, that's the tune though. That's the tune. That's the
How'd it
tune.
go?
That's the tune.
You know what I'm
How'd
talking
it go,
about?
Uncle-
Yeah, yeah.
Uncle Black? Demonstrate
live,
that for us.
live without me. She
Yeah,
sang that
live with
shit.
yeah, that shit.
Yeah. How'd it go again?
This nigga wants you to sing. He wants you to sing.
I need a couple.
I need.
I told you.
But even before that,
number
I like
3. I need to be
I like
on 3.
See a Chandelier. I like Ellie Goulding. Burn.
Chandelier is fire,
It's just
bro.
dope. You know, like I listen to a whole bunch. I even listen to country. I like Blake Shelton and
You heard that,
and Florida Georgia
Okay.
You heard a new Ari Lennox?
Nah.
Bruh.
My barber tried to put me on her though.
That shit is fire.
Okay, I'm not.
She's a artist under Dreamville. She's a R&B artist. Fire.
Yeah.
Fucking fire.
See?
I like everything, bro. I'm not in the box. That's why you listen to if you go to my tape, listen to track 1, Jump. Jump is not your typical record. That it's pretty crossover. Listen to Money More Money. That is a pretty crossover record. You know, but then when you listen to shit like Fast Slow, that's straight bars right there. You know, it's just
See, now that you say that, then I think about it, because Boy is like on one vibe, and then this, at the performance, at the My Moment 2, the next song you performed was more like a strip club vibe.
that was Drop.
You know
Yeah,
what
man,
I'm
that was
saying?
strip
So it's
club.
like, you know what
So,
I'm saying?
I try to. I'm not basic, bro. I try to hit different avenues, and I'm very open to different sounds and trying to. It's all. I love challenges. It's all challenges to me. Trying to get out of my space and try to see this for what it is and make the best out of it.
No doubt.
Would you ever make a country song?
Yeah, man. These guys, country singers, are really great singers, bro. They really are. These guys
are.
are super. You ever been in? I've heard great things about Nashville. It's so much competition in Nashville because all these guys are really talented singers, and they all sing country. But like these guys have range, it's like crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to take a break.
But I wouldn't like try to sing country. I don't fucking sing country.
No, I'm about to say,
but I
would
give
you
them a
use an
verse though.
accent, or
I give them
would
a verse
you
though.
just use the beat and
Yeah,
then
oh,
rap
Yeah,
it.
I just give them a verse. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
All
give
right,
them-
Nelly and
let's hold that
Timberwolf.
thought because we desperately
take a break.
need to
Let's
take a
take a
break.
break.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna play another one of your joints.
All right.
This one is called "Thumbing Through."
Turn it up.
You know what I'm
Alright,
saying?
get it.
By Kid
We got that
Faze.
video coming soon.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Video coming soon. We're going to talk about your videos when we come back on the next segment. You know what I'm saying? This is 950 ENT Radio, PRG Podcast, and we'll be right back.
I'm a killer again this summer.
I'ma whip the cocaine and the molly. Do 100 and 100. But I'm doing 15 in the Rari. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. That's another grand, thumbing through 100 bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. That's another grand, thumbing through 100 bands. I'm flying in the motherfucking parachute. I came back to the city in a foreign coat. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do. If you ain't getting money, nigga, I can't fuck with you. I wake up smoking weed and drink your orange juice. I get down on my knees and then I pay my dues. I load my tool, then I tie my loops. And then I'm back inside the kitchen like I'm selling food.
It's Kid Faze, bitch, ain't on no bitch made shit. I come right from the bottom, well that would take your shit. I came up quick, flame on hip. And if you act in my movie, then you can take this clip.
They screaming swiping, no swiping. I don't care, I'm tryna pull up in a white Benz. Yeah, all them hoes tryna wipe him. Niggas like water doors, I kinda like them. Heisman, I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. That's another grand, thumbing through 100 bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. That's another grand, thumbing through 100 bands. I got these bitches spinning like a finger roll. Only bread on the table like a dinner roll. This bitch don't speak no English, she from Mexico. I ain't aiming at no legs, ain't no Plexico. I'm smoking on that gas, call this Texaco. So the single's getting sticky cause the residue. She bust it open like a centerfold. I'ma kill that pussy, send it to the hospital.
It's Kid Faze, bitch, ain't on no bitch made shit. I come right from the bottom, well that would take your shit. I came up quick, flame on hip. And if you act in my movie, then you can take this clip.
I'm getting faded on a Friday. I got them yachts, I'm tryna move them up the highway. Yeah, pussy nigga looking sideways. Bet it's cause I'm about to bring this bitch to my place. Say bye, babe. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. That's another grand, thumbing through 100 bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. I'm thumbing through the bands. That's another grand, thumbing through 100 bands.
Welcome back to 950's PRG podcast. We back from a break.
We bite, baby.
We was just
We bite.
listening to a
That's
joint
what
by my
this-
man Kid Faze called Thumbing Through. I like that.
Hey,
Thumbing through.
thumbing
Thumbing
through
through
the
the
shit.
Everybody's goal, by the way. We want
what
to
I
thumb
mean?
through them racks.
You know what I'm saying?
Get that paper stacks.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm
Don't
saying?
go broke for these bitches though.
So since
I had
we
to stay away from the strip clubs. Speaking, no more La Palace for me. It's over.
I mean, I never understood.
That's a beautiful place to be,
It's
though. I
over.
will say that.
It is a beautiful place to be, but I never understood the fact of
Shout out to McGirt.
just paying for blue balls. Like, I'm paying to be horny for no reason. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
Like, at least rub on me until something come out.
You could come in there. That's the problem.
That's it. Coming is allowed.
I'm not paying that much
I don't
though.
know that feels good.
Yeah, I ain't got it. Sorry.
Bitch, I got $20. What can we do with this?
What can we arrange?
No disrespect.
I got
I
$20.
ain't mean to use the B word, man. It's 2019. We got
Shout out to
respect.
Desire in the building.
Yeah, I forgot Josiah was in the building.
Get out of
You know
here.
what I mean?
Shout out to Josiah. You shouldn't have heard that.
Island.
That's Keem's son. For
Papa
anybody who
Smurf
didn't
came
know.
out.
We were having a great conversation. As soon as he's in the room, we're like, these pictures, dog.
Everything was uplifting
These
and
strippers,
positive.
nigga. Yeah, everything was uplifting. I was talking about stocks. He come in the room,
It's
we
all
like,
good, bro.
yo.
It's all good, bro.
What's wrong with us? What is wrong with us?
How
dude?
old is he? How old is he?
Terrible, 11.
How old is he? 11?
God.
He good, man.
Yeah, that motherfucker horny, man. He knows what's up,
Yo.
man.
Check his phone
No,
history.
that leads into something I did want to talk about, though.
What are you talking about?
These
What-
R.
oh, yeah.
Shelley's out here, man.
R. Shelley.
Yeah, these R.
Shelley's.
Shelley's, bro. These women.
Excuse
I
me.
mean, I laugh, but it's a
These
serious
women,
topic.
yo.
Okay, okay,
So check it. So check it. Prom.
Double
It's
standard.
prom
Explain
time,
to me
right?
what a R. Shelley is, please.
It's a R. Kelly female.
Ooh.
Kelly. So
They got
it's
those?
prom time, man. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
I know a lot of people obviously that got kids that are
wish
you know,
they had the R.
seniors,
Kelly
like
sound drop.
Black got his
Start
son as
playing
a
the beat.
senior.
Oh, no,
And I
hog tie
seen
nobody.
A ton of these women's sons who were 18, 17, whatever, going to prom, and these women was like,
He's sexy.
you know, yeah, he's sexy, he's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
the
How does
little-
that
little
work,
yummy,
bro?
the drooling faces and shit,
Bruh.
talking crazy. Like I seen a chick, and I
Bruh.
sent it in the group chat. Remember I sent y'all the screenshot.
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, I'm about to go to prom and find my new man."
Wow.
She's like 40.
35-year-old chick.
Yeah, it's like,
bruh.
yo, like,
Yeah,
wait,
bruh.
what? Okay, now
But
if a man was to say
That's
that,
what I'm about to say.
if I'm over here like, yo, I'm about to
For
go to
40
prom and find my new wifey.
If a 40-year-old
What?
man said that,
You're a full predator.
If a 40-year-old man said, I'm going to the prom to find something,
Bro, I've had females
it's
say,
a problem.
"Oh, he's their boyfriend. Wait till he turn 18."
You know what's the sad part about
What?
all this?
He's 11.
You saying all this and explaining it, I know it's wrong, but in the back of my head, I'm like, it's not as bad as the guy.
I remember when
You know
we
what
was
I'm
talking the
saying?
story and I told y'all he got in trouble because we found him talking crazy to a chick on his phone,
yeah, yeah.
and y'all was like, "But you know, you was like," and I was like,
but that's
"Nah,
my-
dead serious. I was hot because I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I got a daughter too." So
Yeah.
it goes both ways. I don't, you know what I mean? That shit don't matter. And he was like, "Yeah, I get." But you know, it's still. I'm like, no, I really don't. Like, I really don't, bro. I don't at all. That
I
shit
mean, but,
bothers me. It
but
bothers
that's
me.
just a double standard that we hold as a society. We always treat men differently than we treat women
Why, though?
in that regards.
But
Because
see,
I don't know. It's just
why,
because growing up, we've always been told that
we
if a
are
girl
different, though. We are different. We're not the same.
I
There's a
understand.
woman and there's a man.
I think it's the weaker and then the more. I think as a women, we
But
look
that's more,
at
that's
women
more of
weaker.
a, bro. That's more of
Women
a
have
physical.
strengths where we have weaknesses and vice versa.
True.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we were created to help each other, not combat each other, but we're not the same.
So what makes it okay for an adult woman?
That's what I want to know, man.
you know what I'm saying, to be involved with
Look at all these teachers
You
out
know what I
here.
mean? Yeah.
And then the sad
especially in
part
Florida.
is these teachers be 28, 30, 35 years old, fucking 14, 13-year-old
Bad,
boys.
too.
And they get
Bad
5
teachers.
years probation.
Bad
They
teachers.
taking these kids to the liquor store to get drunk, smoking weed with them.
That's like the trifecta.
They fucking these kids in the classroom and everything.
Bruh.
And they get 5 years probation.
But
But,
if
let
a
a
man do
40-year-old
that,
male
it's not to
teacher
say
be
that it's
banging a
right, but if a
13-year-old.
man do that, he's
no,
dragged.
it's wrong both
It's over.
ways.
Right,
yeah, it's
right,
wrong
right,
both
right,
ways.
right.
But if we're gonna talk about equality, right, in today's
Some of these
society,
teachers be fine as fuck.
What?
I
That's
wish
what
I
I'm
had
saying,
these
bro.
stories.
It's not even like they desperate.
I wish
That's
I
a
had
choice.
these stories. Where those teachers at? Where those teachers at?
I mean,
Wait, they
I'm about to
didn't
say,
exist
how
when I
many,
was there. It didn't
how many
exist when
of
I was
us said, damn, how many of us heard that story and said, damn, man, how the fuck he snitched
I
on
know
himself?
a dude that smashed a teacher though
Yeah,
when we was
me
in high
too.
school.
We
Wow.
talking about the same
Play
dude.
basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
don't tell too many
Did
details.
anybody get
Basketball, and she was bad too.
Yeah.
She was a girl's
How old was the
basketball
dude?
coach. He was 16.
You say too
And
much
she was
already?
a whole grown
yeah,
woman.
my bad. Huh?
Oh, my bad.
Don't say the name.
She was grown. She was bad. I ain't gonna lie. He was like,
advocated dry stitch.
I would've-
yeah, he
yeah.
was like a basketball
So
star.
what's the problem?
Yeah.
Nothing.
I don't
They ain't
see a
had no
problem.
issues. Ain't nobody say nothing. But I'm
There's
saying,
no
but
problem.
maybe it might be an issue because these kids speak. Some of these kids speak out. Maybe
Yeah.
they was
Yeah.
really raped, bro. They didn't want to do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? At the end of the day,
I didn't want
I don't
to
know.
fuck that
If
bad
anyone-
chick.
I'm about to say, I seen them
I feel that,
teachers.
but
I've seen them teachers. They wanted to do it.
I was not attracted to her, but I
but it's
felt
crazy,
pressured
man.
to do it.
They get off. They get
Lies.
probation and you know it's like, but men getting
Because the judge
slammered.
knows, like, nigga, I know you want to get that nut. You know what I'm saying? The judge knows, like, all right, I'm gonna give you 2
But
years
it's
probation.
definitely double standards between men and women.
You know, it's
all day.
You know, it's crazy. Back in high school, now I'm just thinking about this. I remember there was like an administrator that all the girls liked, and I remember they used to like flirt with him and shit like that. But the only thing is,
all the time.
the guy was real respectful though. He never. I don't want to mention his name right now, or nothing like.
don't.
But he was real respectful though. He never gave off a weirdo vibe. He just used to
rolled
laugh
with
it off like, "Oh my god, you
Bro,
guys crazy."
when I went to, because I went to
you
that
wanna
high
fuck me.
school, and then I switched and went down the road. And when I went down the road, there was a teacher who was a football coach, and they used to call him.
We
They
talking
used to
about
call
the
him
same
Coach
person.
Fine Ass. I swear that's what all the girls in school called him.
Wow,
Like they used to be at his head, bro. And these are we're talking about. I'm a junior in high school, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And they at this grown man's head, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was
Trying to
pretty
send
crazy.
that nigga to jail.
All right, so I
Trying to send him to jail.
have a theory. So do you think that these women are getting so much leniency because it's not women who are giving them the judgments? It's old men who see the guys like
Possibly, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, all right, you getting, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you getting ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's
And
good
if it
on
is
you.
a woman, it might be more compassionate.
But if you send that same case to a female judge, you know what I mean? She's gonna be like, no matter what, that's
We
rape.
ain't got none in 10 years.
That's my son. They're gonna see that as like, that's my son. But a man's not gonna see that. I
He might look at it as, that's my son.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
Let me be the judge.
but
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this ignorantly because I've never been through this situation. But shit, my son come to me when I'm like, hey,
That's what I'm saying. He might look
you know
at
what
it
I'm
like
saying? What's the age difference?
high five.
And I'm like, all right, you know. What
Not
I'm
to
saying?
say it's right or wrong.
I mean, but don't let me. I'm gonna say that and say this at the same time. If it does happen, I'm gonna feel completely different because I'm gonna look at the grand scheme of things. But right now, I'm like, my boy.
Over the condom?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
High
why?
five.
Why would
Kevin
you do
Hart
that?
had a joke about that, talking about his son like whipped out his dick at school or some shit, and he's like act like he was gonna yell at him, and he took him in the room. He's like, "You got to show it to him, right? You gotta let him know we small, but we big at the same time."
But, I
and then he
mean-
was like, "But if it happened to my daughter, I'm killing everybody in the school.
Every
Everybody
blood
gotta die,
clot
bro."
But it all
It's
leads
just
down
different.
to that double standard that we hold on. I mean, we hold ourselves to a double standard, and women do
It's
because
100% a double
it's,
standard.
It's crazy,
And I'm about to speak on it.
Talk on it.
I
Hold
feel
on,
like
hold on,
I
hold
feel
on.
like a woman would say the same thing though. How you said with Kevin Hart with his son, you know.
They do. You're right. Though. A lot of women. do.
would, if it was for her
Yeah.
daughter,
Mom,
she'd
what you
probably
mean?
be
Your
in the
mom.
same position.
My mom, how we raised, where
Oh, okay,
female
okay.
attention.
I thought you meant towards the
separate.
daughter.
I thought you meant with the
Right.
daughter.
Right.
Yeah,
We
I
going
thought
down
you
the
said
right
cut
A
it
mom
off.
with her
Going down
daughter
the
would
right
probably
road.
feel the same way. Like
And with her son, she's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he's
No.
cute, he's handsome,
yeah,
whatever."
yeah.
You know,
The mom,
yeah,
the
yeah,
aunts,
yeah, yeah.
all of them.
That's what I mean. The mom would be like, "Yeah, yeah, that's my son," but with the daughter, it's like, "Nah,
Hands
back
off.
up. Everybody back up."
All
You
right.
know what I mean?
So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take a swig real quick.
Get it?
I mean, but what is that though? Because is it just the general protection that we have as parents towards women as opposed to boys? You know what I'm saying? For instance,
Women could get pregnant. Bottom line,
Men impregnate.
I think that's a big deal.
men impregnate.
Yeah, but men ain't got to hold it.
That's just as big.
Women have the responsibility of bearing a child. You know what I'm saying? Everybody see that. You fucked up as a parent. Your daughter got fucked and got pregnant.
yeah, that is true though.
You know what
That
I'm
is
saying?
true.
All right, so let me talk about something that's been in the media
Get it.
recently.
Come on, Black.
This whole Aisha Curry thing. You know what I'm saying?
No respect.
It's a low hanging fruit, and you know I try not to be an advocate of that, but I think that I want to talk about it.
Yeah, let's get
So
it.
I'm gonna
I'm
break
down.
it
I
real,
want to
real
talk about
fast,
it.
You know what I'm saying? So the reason I think, you know, so the issue was, you know, Aisha Curry, you know what I'm saying, she said that, you know, it's been 10 years since anybody been flirting with her, and she's starting to think about what's wrong with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, bro, you married, bro. You, whoever hollers at you outside, I understand, I'm going to be real, I understand that it's a little ego, you know what I'm saying, boost, but you shouldn't need that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's your husband. Your husband is fucking with you. If nobody else fuck with you, it shouldn't matter. That's your husband. Your husband could choose millions of other chicks, but he chooses you every night.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You don't. So that should be the ego. What more of an ego boost? These other niggas don't know you. So if they jumping in your box, it's just to fuck. You know what I'm saying? He knows you. He knows your flaws. He knows your goods and your bads. But he still fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? So that should be enough. And I think the real problem is because we're trained as men. When your wife says, honey, do I look fat? we're trained to say, no, you look beautiful.
Right.
You're the most beautiful person on this planet.
I tell my girl, you
Don't
fat.
mean as much.
You know what I'm saying? The most.
Maybe we can head to the
masses.
gym. Let's
asshole.
get a membership.
You know what I'm saying?
The masses. We're told, no, you don't look fat. You're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So they already know that. So they know. So that's why when you say, baby, you're beautiful, it don't hold as much weight because she already know that that's what you're supposed to say. She need a nigga that's not supposed to say it to say
And
you're beautiful.
you know what
I'm saying? And it makes more. It means more.
You've been married 20 years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, 5 years ago, did you look like you do right now?
Nah.
You was a lot bigger, right?
I was a fat
You look back
motherfucker.
at yourself, you probably look at yourself like, what the fuck? And you probably
But
look
at
at
the
your
end
wife
of the
like,
day-
you was fucking me, you liked me?
But at the,
You like me however I look. You don't give a
that's
damn.
what makes me feel, you know what I'm saying? That gives me confidence that at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck what these other bitches say. My wife got my
That's
back,
real.
and that's
That's
what
real.
it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? It don't because they don't live with me. They don't smell my breath in the morning.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? They don't see me when I ain't shaved.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? But my wife sees that and she still fucks with me.
Right.
So that should be the ultimate confidence
But I
booster.
think as women will take that and look at their man and say, you are like me no matter what I look like. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. You could whirl out of bed in the morning, you look a hot mess,
That's
and I'm going
true.
to tell you you're beautiful.
All right,
true.
all
You
right.
know what I mean?
That's
So
true.
it's like okay, whatever. No matter you, and that's good that you
That's
that
what
you
I'm
you know what I mean.
saying.
But you for a woman they're very insecure. They're
But
just
the problem
insecure.
is, I think Aisha is used to being the pretty girl.
Probably
She's
was in
used to
high school
getting-
and
in
shit.
high
She's
school-
very pretty.
She is. She's beautiful.
pretty, yeah.
She's used to being.
Give the guys respect. Give us respect for not hollering at her this whole
Facts.
time.
That's what it's supposed to be,
Facts.
bro.
we thought we was respecting her.
Women ain't shit, bro. Keep it a buck.
right, all right.
Nah,
So-
real
But
shit.
listen,
they had throwing themselves at Curry. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
man is over here respecting the fuck out of Aisha.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
It's a problem.
All right,
Look at that.
Allow me to play devil's advocate.
Let's go.
Allow me to play devil's advocate. All right,
How
so
dare you?
I'm playing it. I'm playing the shit out of this like a Mal fucking Pacino. Hey, so all right, so I remember vividly being in a Walmart in Sanford.
Okay.
About 10, probably 15 years ago with my uncle, and he was married, of course, to my aunt. And we're at the cashier, and he just spitting straight game. He's spitting straight game, and
They still married?
yeah, they still married though.
Shout out to them.
But this is a long time ago. Statute of limitations. So he was spitting game, and he was like, "Shit, son, I just want to make sure my tools sharpened, just in case."
Yeah,
So
still got it.
what's
Make sure you still got
the
it.
difference?
No, I'm glad you said it because that was gonna be my point. The whole Aisha Curry thing. At first, I said, man, I understand what she's saying because I've said like, okay, I'm a married man, and I've
That's
said,
human.
and I've said many a times like I've talked about it with Rev. You know, we've talked about we let our girls go out on their girls' night so they can go out and curve 17 niggas in the night and make themselves feel good.
I had
Whatever.
to- I
Let
had
your
to get
wife
to a
go
point.
out and do that. Let
I
her
had
go
to get to a
out on
point
her
where I was
own
cool
time
with
with her girls, and they everybody trying to holler at them, and they can curve 44 niggas in one night and have a good time, and they feel great about themselves. I understand it because on the flip side, I go out, a woman might try to holler at me. I'm gonna feel good to curve you. It feels good to throw out that ring sometimes and say, "No, I'm good." You know what I mean? It lets you know you still got it. It's a
you
regular
got a
human
point.
emotion. I'm okay with that.
You got a point.
At first, I said, but she should have kept that in the crib.
That's the
She
point.
should have told him that. But see,
That's
this
the
is what I'm
point.
gonna say real quick. How do I know? I don't know these motherfuckers. Maybe they have talked about it in the crib openly.
I believe so.
Maybe she's told him openly about this, and
But
it
that
was not an
still-
issue to talk
that
about
still
it
don't mean-
out loud.
That still don't mean that you need to go talk about
Because
it.
she talked about on there too that she's had surgery done, and she said she had a bad boob job. She said her titties look worse now than they did before. So
I'll
she
beat
got a
the
bad
drum.
boob job. So
it's
she's
people
already
that-
got
it's-
insecurities.
It's people in the world who don't got a fucking place to live, but you hating you worried about a fucking boob job? That's rich people problems.
But man, that could
You know
be
what I'm saying?
everybody in this room.
Come
we
on,
complain
man.
about stuff, and we all living good. But we still complain.
So isn't she label herself as a Christian?
he said we ain't living that good.
I mean,
We
isn't
ain't living
but don't she
in the
label
hills.
herself as a Christian? Isn't
She
that-
is, yeah, very much so.
Go talk to your pastor.
Faith, but
Talk to
how you know
God.
She didn't.
Talk to God about it.
Right. Well, how do we know she didn't
say-
do that?
The pastor didn't say, "All right, go talk about it on Will Smith Wife podcast."
But that's not what she
And
came
then
there to
you
talk
gotta
about.
you got to be smart. You know that you say anything about Steph Curry related to y'all relationship, it's gonna blow up the internet like fire.
You know who was sitting next to her,
You
right?
know that.
You know who was sitting next to her at Red Table Talk?
Who?
Steph Curry's mom.
So you
That's
gonna-
his mother
so you
sitting
gonna say
right
that in
next to
front
her.
of- You gonna sit there in front of my
Now
mother?
wait,
Nah,
but
they
now
just-
wait.
they
Did you
had to
see the
discuss
mother's
that. They had to
reaction
discuss
and
that.
Jada Pinkett's reaction? Their immediate
I don't
reaction
give a
was to
fuck.
tell her, "Listen, you're good enough. You're beyond good enough. Don't feel insecure. Don't." And Jada Pinkett said, "I felt the same way you felt when I was your age."
Yeah.
But nobody said shit about Jada. Everybody loved Jada and Will, but she said she
We already know
felt
they
she
on some
went through
bullshit.
that. It's a human emotion.
I'm like, why can't you
Human
just
emotion.
talk about that to your homegirls? Talk about that to your counselor. Talk about
feel
that to, you know what I'm saying? Don't go
Public with it.
You know what I'm saying? Don't go
So what I
public
mean,
with it.
I,
That's
what
I'm
y'all
saying.
think? She was asked about the women throwing themselves at your man, and how do y'all deal with it? Because the mom was asked that too. Because Dale Curry was a 3-4 time
that.
All-Star. He was a great NBA
He was
player.
light skinned with straight hair. Okay.
Yeah, light skinned, straight
the
hair, all that,
bosh.
right? So she has
I'm a
to deal with that
dark-skinned
too, right? Ain't no light skinned niggas.
It's fine. It's
But yo, yeah, she is. But you know, that was the question I was asked, and she just said, "Yo, it makes me insecure that these women
I
throw
mean,
themselves
you know,
at
whatever,
him and
whatever,
nobody's
whatever
checking
works
me."
for them at the end of the day. Works.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
but let's not negate the fact that the preface of the whole conversation was mental health awareness.
Okay.
Like it's mental health awareness.
Well, she says she's got anxiety and she takes medication.
But
for
at the
it.
end of the day,
Okay.
she's expressing feelings that somebody of a, for lack of better words, and it's going to sound horrible, somebody of a lesser caliber will feel too. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to see Aisha Curry, who's a
So they can identify with it?
yeah, exactly.
Make her feel normal.
You know what I mean? It's like she's
But
feeling
okay,
the same
so
thing.
what was the
Insecure, too.
outcome? I can understand, okay, this is what I did. I'm just like y'all. But then what are you offering people? What are you saying? How did you go
That
through
is
this?
okay
How-
to feel that way. That you might look at her and see she's got the perfect husband with the perfect life and the
That's
perfect
what red
kids
table talk
and the
is.
perfect everything, right? So perfect. Everything's perfect, right? No, it's not.
It's not perfect.
It's not
because-
perfect. That's
it's not
all she's
perfect.
saying. It's not perfect.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
don't know.
okay. It's
I-
okay to not be perfect. It's okay to let people know everything isn't always good.
I understand that, but
know what I
I
mean?
just think that conversation needs to be behind closed
Does she
doors,
got
personally.
she must got a book coming out or something, man. Something's coming.
It got to be something.
I feel like
Or
something's
I think.
coming.
I don't know.
They
See, I
cooking
don't think
something
so. Like, bro, that was a whole interview. That's literally a 1 minute
Yeah.
clip of like an hour show.
But you know
And that's
what's
just
going to
one
happen.
question that she answered.
think it probably
and they
just
It's
brushed
slipped.
playoff
over it.
time.
I think it just slipped. She probably wasn't prepped. She's not prepared. She
Yeah, I think she
conference
answered
or
it
press
honestly. That's
like
my
that.
thing. Yeah, I don't think she slept. I think she answered it honestly.
Honestly.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying that she's wrong for the thought. I don't understand it, but I've learned from being married that just because I don't understand it, don't mean it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that if it's Team Curry, you know what I'm saying? Let's look at this from a whole. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be talking about that in front of people on the podcast.
I mean, but to think
You know
that
what
she
I'm saying?
didn't talk about that with her husband before she made it public.
How do we know that though?
Yeah, that's why I
think-
said.
I think-
I
we
don't
don't know
she
that.
did. I think she did.
That's why at first I said,
Because-
nah, she got to keep that at the house. But I said, well, how do I know they don't?
You
Why would we
right.
Talk about that. I don't know
Because
what
that's-
goes on
that's
in the
a
house.
fucking hot take.
Like if you say, honey, what do you want to eat for dinner? And she say, whatever you want. And you sit here
First
and
thing you pick, she say no.
You pick something that you like. You're not going to pick something that only you like. You're going to take consideration for her too.
Right.
I think that she should have considered both of them when she made that
Sometimes.
statement. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I'm like, yeah, we're going to get these wings.
We're going to get these wings, extra sauce, extra
Yes,
spicy.
Facts.
And
You know
I
what I'm saying?
They like that too, man. You gotta
I mean, like I said, I just, it's cool. I understand. You know what I'm saying? We being realistic. You know what I'm saying? I understand. I just think that should have been a conversation behind closed doors.
Now, if it was a
Personally.
conversation behind closed doors already, and it was something that they had, whatever understanding they came to amongst each other, they already had, and so the question was brought up, and she felt comfortable to speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what
I
do you
mean, I
think?
get it.
You know what I like about
Because he
nowadays?
wasn't mad about it.
No,
You know
but he doing what he's supposed to do.
You know what I like about nowadays is that a lot of people are opening up to the world, especially
Yeah.
celebrities, a lot more than usual, and it kind of helps. It's kind of therapeutic for everybody else. Like,
Yeah.
damn, this girl's going through the same thing, and she has.
I
it
do
all.
understand from that aspect.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And sometimes I notice a lot of women shamed her. Like, you got it all. What are you talking about? You a millionaire?
I mean, but that's
Like,
true
but how
too,
do
though.
you know she got it all, though?
Yeah.
I don't.
But yo, check this out though.
Because she
Let's
does?
be real.
That's
she does,
crazy.
and there's women out here, and I'm assuming men too, that cry themselves to sleep at night because they don't have what she has. They don't have a fraction of what she has. So we have to be realistic, though. You know what I'm saying? There's women out here. No, there's women out here that would love to have a portion of what Steph is,
Of course.
and they can't.
So they think.
But
Boy,
for
shoot
whatever
from anywhere
reason,
on the
Because I mean,
court.
what do we know about Steph
shoot
Curry
from
outside
anywhere
the
on the
basketball
court.
court?
Yeah.
In all seriousness, like what do y'all know about Steph Curry outside of the basketball court? Y'all know where he went to college at?
That he gets a
What's his
haircut.
favorite color? What does he like to eat?
Davidson?
What does he do?
Davidson?
Yeah, because he said that. Because he knows.
nah, I ain't even hear him.
All I
Nah,
know,
but in all seriousness, my point is, does anybody do we know him at all?
Yeah.
Do we know their
Well,
life?
I'd rather the
A
first
grill.
information not be that your woman is talking about she needs to know she needs to be flirted with by other men.
I feel you on that, but I mean, my thing is we don't know him, we don't know them, we don't know, and all we know is that they got money. So automatically, and they take nice pictures because they're a good-looking family, bro. And I know
They're
this because
Christian.
I've had
They're
that
a wholesome
experience.
Family, they seem to be.
That Christian shit don't make shit.
See, that was the
Nah,
thing
I
I was gonna
don't.
say. They're Christian, okay? I'm
don't-
Christian,
But don't wave
mean-
that. If you're not really a Christian, don't wave that flag.
but what did she do that was not Christian?
Bro, is there any place in the Bible that says I need to see other niggas flirt with me to feel good about myself? In the Bible, especially, it's about a
don't think
man
the Bible says
and a
niggas.
woman, bro.
But at the same time, we're human and we are flawed, and we do look for other.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
The
We do-
Bible
Nah,
also says
bro.
don't look at the
Nah,
thorn
bro.
in somebody else's
Yeah,
eye when you got
bro.
a plank in yours,
Nah,
right?
bro.
That's my
Nah,
whole
bro.
thing. Like,
Nah,
bro, I
bro.
know my relationship ain't perfect. People
Of
think we
course.
are because maybe my wife take a picture and we
Right.
look good.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
So
whoa, whoa,
automatically
whoa,
they're like, yo,
whoa.
y'all are perfect.
You are
Fuck,
perfect.
We
You
not.
and Sasha are perfect.
Look at it.
together.
Yo, me and you had a conversation the other day. He was like, "Dog, you got such a great relationship with your kids.
You
Like,
do.
I bet when you pick your
I
son
told you
up,
that before.
Y'all just have all this conversation.
They
I'm
got
like,
butterflies.
sometimes I pick him up and we don't talk about shit.
Like them IG filters.
but you
that
would
shit is
never
real.
know that because I'm by myself when I pick him up.
Like, you know the IG filters when they have the butterflies? That's not CG. That shit is real when it's come to y'all.
Yeah.
That's what people think, though, for real, though.
saying?
In all seriousness, like you put on a filter. Oh my God, you're gorgeous. No, that's a filter.
Niggas really got butterflies in the
filter.
back of the truck.
No, I seen Sasha the other day. She really had dog ears. That shit was real.
I saw that shit, bro. But you know, that's my thing.
All right.
Like,
So back to the double standards. So it's cool for Aisha Curry to say that, you know, if she had attention from other men, it would make her feel better. But what if my guy said that? If he
Steph
had
said that?
I'd
be on his side, too.
If Steph said and I understand what he's saying, but if he came out in the public and said, you know, I wish I had other people, a woman in my box, because that would give me confidence.
I don't think he could do that though, because he's fucking Steph Curry. We literally see him walk off the court and people grabbing for him, reaching for his sweaty headband.
But what if he did though?
But yeah, what if he said it? I would be on his side.
I wouldn't
is my
believe
point.
it.
I would say the
I
same
wouldn't
exact
believe it.
thing.
The women advocates will be
I don't
burning
believe
his
Aisha.
jersey.
That's one of the first things. I
You
didn't
don't
even get to
even
say that.
believe it.
I didn't believe her. She's beautiful.
I didn't
Look
believe
at
her
her
either,
Twitter and
especially
IG.
since
She
I
got
sent her
hundreds of
3
thousands of
dick pics.
comments and heart eyes and fire
She got like
emojis.
millions of followers.
Like, what the fuck you mean you're not getting attention? You kidding me?
I
Man,
still
she probably don't get
understand.
attention from, you know, like,
person.
yeah, like, because the thing is Steph Curry. So, you know, nowadays the IG model's famous. A bitch who ain't
Yeah.
shit, but she's pretty is going to be at the hottest parties. So they're
I
going
just
to throw
don't-
themselves.
She's probably
Aisha,
seen
on the other hand,
badass
that's not the
Instagram
case.
models.
Like, what guys are roaming around parties just because they're attractive? Not very many, if any at all. You
Yeah.
got money or you famous. That's
I
why
just
you're
really don't
there.
understand it, bro.
I,
You know what
I
I'm saying?
think women and men, when they have a certain amount of money, act different. Women, in the fact that they probably still seek that validation. Men, in the fact that they already know their worth. It was like, I mean, that's going to sound horrible when you listen back to this, but they already know their worth, and it's like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? You fuck with me.
But
you
see,
don't.
what if it's you say he knows his worth, or what if it is because he's constantly having women throw themselves at him? So he's like, yo, I know I got it because these females is
But that's not
everywhere.
supposed to be what you base your
But
worth on.
but at the end of the day, it's still human emotion. I mean, maybe morally, that's not what you're supposed to do. I'm also not supposed to be jealous because it's not in the Bible. You're not supposed to be jealous. I'm also not supposed to do a lot of things or
random
think a lot of
strangers
things and
flirting
still
with me
do.
Don't make nothing to me, bro, because they don't know me. They flirting for face value.
Of course,
You know what
that
I'm saying?
face value
As an
still
adult,
feels
that shit
good. It
makes
is a
sense.
That shit, bro,
compliment.
because it's
Yeah,
empty.
Yeah, like,
say.
I mean,
but it's
you don't
empty
like
at the end of the
compliments in
day.
all seriousness.
If
It's
you
empty to you.
compliment, I'd rather somebody compliment me that really know me, because they compliment the real me, not just the facade of Sheldon. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
I get that, but
Damn,
I'm
I said
saying
my
like
rep, my
if
government,
a woman was to
podcast.
tell you, oh, you're very handsome, you're so handsome, you married? That's not.
I mean,
you
okay.
go.
But
Nah,
that's
yeah, I'm
temporary.
married. Of course, but
But
that
again,
temporary.
If I go home and my wife when I get up in the morning on a Sunday, I ain't shaving a few days. I ain't brushing my teeth.
Looking rough.
But she still love me at my worst. That's gonna mean more to me than any of these broads out here.
You know what I think?
You know what I'm saying? And that's real.
You know what though? I think that, and I forgot to say this, but maybe everybody says Steph Curry's perfect. They had a perfect relationship, right? And maybe he was slacking a little bit. Maybe he wasn't telling her she's
that might have
beautiful
a part
or pretty
of it.
or whatever. And it happens, right?
Yeah.
Because
It's
like you
natural.
was just saying, I'll be honest with you. There's times that I won't even be thinking about nothing, and my wife would just say something like, oh, "Look at you looking all good and shit." I'd be like, "Man, stop! What you mean?"
And
No,
the
you know
average
what I mean?
broad on the street
and it means something.
will never do
because
that.
she won't always just say that randomly. But when
Correct.
she does, I'm like, "Oh, shit,
Correct.
what you
Because
mean,
you know
girl?
that
What
she
you talking
mean it.
about?" You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And vice versa. I'll do that to her. Like, I said,
Correct.
Girl, what you mean?
Right.
Correct.
Yeah.
She likes that. Maybe he's not doing
Correct.
enough of that.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't. You know, who knows?
You know what's
ne-
funny? My girl hit me with that, like with that compliment
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Randomly, right? That
Yeah,
shit feel
randomly.
good, don't
Nigga
it?
still smiling.
Yeah, but she did it so silly that I was just like, yo, just stop it. Stop it. Hey, but she was dead serious, so it backfired.
Yeah, yeah.
I made her kind of feel stupid.
Yeah, yeah. Nah,
Because she did it in such a silly way, dramatic
You thought
way.
she was joking?
Yeah, I thought she was joking. I was just like, stop being silly.
But that's
man.
real
Just
shit,
cut it
bro.
out.
Yeah.
Just cut it out. And then like she overdid it. And
That's what we need to
And it
value.
backfired on me. It ended up being an argument at the end of the day. I was just like, oh shit.
So
I did it.
fucking Fred.
Bitch, you
It
called me
would be
cute?
Fred, right? It would be Fred.
You called me cute, bitch?
Yeah,
I ain't cute. I'm handsome.
yeah, it was.
My whole man.
talking about?
Fuck
It
you
got,
talking
it
about?
got real weird. I woke up.
Moral of the story.
I didn't drink and I woke up with a hangover off the argument because I want to sleep on the argument. And I woke
Damn.
up with
Nah,
a
don't do
headache.
that.
I
See,
was
that's
just
a man shit, though. We talking about women. That's a man shit, though. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
Yo, remember that video we had talked about in the group chat of the dude that went live? Black dude with dreads. He had a bunch of dudes around him. He was talking real reckless about
Oh, yeah.
men's superiority and how women shouldn't talk.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about
yeah.
their place and everything like
Nah,
that.
I
He
don't-
said he
I don't
said
rock
some
with
wild shit. Some of the shit he said I
Some of
agree
it
with.
Making
had a
points.
couple of points.
Some of it had some good points, but a lot of it was very wild. But I'm not gonna lie, there was a part that I thought was hilarious. He was reading the comments and he was like, I came from a woman. Nigga, I came from a woman and a man. Fuck you talking about? I just bust out laughing because I was like, well, he's kind of right, cuz, you know what I mean?
That's a segue into something that's very popular today.
You got good for
What that?
You know, the abortion.
Oh, man.
Listen, I've had all my kids, bro. I ain't never had an abortion, but that's my personal belief. You know what I'm saying? I do know people who've had abortions because of different reasons. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And you know, hey, I understand it. I'm not completely against it. I don't like abortion. I'm just be honest with you. I don't like them. I've had friends come and ask me for advice on them, and I always tell them, listen, at the end of the day, you're killing your own child. However you want to look at it, slice it up, whatever your circumstances is, you're killing a child. You're killing a human being, but you never know what that kid can grow up to be.
You
You kidding me?
correct.
Like, that's crazy. So but that's my opinion, and like I said, I'm not against them. So that law in Alabama, that shit is wild. Where you just can't get an abortion
Yeah,
at
I
all.
think that's the
Even
problem.
rape.
That's why. Yeah,
You
even
can't-
rape or incest. That's
right, and that's
wild.
another problem. You
That's
can't just
crazy.
say across the board no.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I'm
There
saying?
has to be a loophole somewhere.
I do have my thoughts on this.
Even though I
whole
think you shouldn't say
topic.
across the board. Yes, there needs
Correct.
A 21-year-old girl shouldn't be able to have 4 abortions.
I
It's
mean, look,
fucking ridiculous.
I look at
You
it
are
like
out
this.
of control.
You can't sit here and
Come
make-
on.
You're right.
I don't think a woman can make a decision by herself because she didn't make that baby by herself. And I know
With
a lot of
that one,
people.
too.
I know a lot of people is not going to agree with me, unless it was a rape.
I know a
That's
man
a separate scenario.
who went to prison and she got an abortion. I'm sorry, he didn't go to prison. He was going through a trial. He got his girl pregnant. She got the abortion without him knowing. Right? He
Wow.
ends up going to prison. Meanwhile, he's thinking she's pregnant. She's already had the abortion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think that's dead wrong that a woman can do that. And they'll say and I know it's a big thing to say it's a woman's body, it's a woman's body, and okay,
That's for
a
9
woman's
months.
body is you go get your breasts done, you go get your
That's
ass
9
done,
months.
you go get your hair done. That's a woman's body. That child growing inside of you, that's not
That's
your body.
18 years at least.
That is not your body. That is
Correct.
another
And you did
body.
not make
that's
that by
another
yourself.
human body.
I
Yeah,
think they're
like,
putting the importance on a man. It only takes us 2 seconds to come, pam, pam, and we're done. A woman has to carry that shit for like 9 months.
Fuck that. Listen, I'm
9
a father.
months.
Y'all
but
talking to
9
the
months
wrong one.
versus
I'm a
18
father.
years. And I get it. I'm
here.
not saying that it's minimalized what a woman goes through because it is a major
Huge.
step in their life.
Huge.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate all women that bear children.
However,
That's very
if you're
difficult.
not ready to go to that point, you should not be allowing a man to have sex with you with no condom, with no protection.
Facts. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't
And
think-
again, if a man is not willing to go that route with a woman, he should not be having sex with a woman.
Yeah, it goes
There's a
both
lot.
ways.
There's a lot of levels to this.
That's how I'm gonna
But at the
kiss
end of the
today,
day, if it's not rape, I don't think that it should be one-sided. The decision on what happened.
Yeah.
Okay,
think so.
I got a question.
You know what
I
I'm
got a question. If you haven't, this has something to do with the topic. It's going to sound irrelevant as fuck, but I'm going to ask it anyways.
Okay.
If you haven't been in service of the army, do you think that you should be able to serve?
No.
Be commander in chief
No.
of the army?
Hell no.
You haven't served one day.
Hell no.
So, with that being said,
So that means like
Get
president.
rid of all the
If you've never
presidents
been
that
in the
didn't
army,
serve.
you shouldn't be president.
no,
is what you're
it's only 16 of them. But if you haven't experienced a day in the life of a woman, I'm about to say female, of a woman, what gives you the right to give them
I think
options?
I think that's irrelevant.
what to
bro.
do? How is it
I
irrelevant?
think that's
Equation-
way irrelevant.
Because
How is it irrelevant?
You don't need a woman to go into the army. You need a woman needs a man to
talking-
make a baby.
I'm talking about the grand scheme of things.
No, but we talking about the
Yeah.
situation. A woman doesn't.
woman
a
doesn't
man,
have a baby by herself.
right.
Period.
That's
But
the
it-
thing.
There
but
is a
it's-
man involved.
But at the same time, her body's being used for 9 months to cultivate this baby. She should have the
9
say
months.
So. To say
That's
so.
not even a year.
To say so. First of all, she should. Pregnancy works two ways. We have to come in them, right?
Correct.
So it's on us and on her,
yeah.
right?
It's a two-way street. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole
I
argument.
would be more
it's a two-way
with
street.
You outlaw abortion and you make it illegal for a man to not be there for his child.
Correct.
I'm with that because it's just as bad for a man to not be there for. If you're gonna tell me that a woman can't take care of a child by herself because the father isn't around, so that's why she's gonna have an abortion. No, have that baby and send that nigga to jail then. Fuck that nigga. And you give her whatever help she needs for that baby. If you want to put that baby up for adoption or whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? I would rather do that. I understand it's a two-way street. Men
if-
should not leave the woman.
What if abortion? Because I personally am pro-choice. What if abortion needed a two-party agreement to be solidified?
That's what he's saying, and I'm agree with that. I think
I,
that's what
I think it should be.
Because
both.
I feel like you should have a choice.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Just having the choice is like is the thing to me. Because
But-
maybe don't do it if both parties don't feel the same way.
I agree. The
Exactly.
choice should be there. Don't
The
don't
choice
completely
should be
ban
there.
it. Yeah,
You
the
can't
choice
ban
should be
it.
there.
The
Correct.
choice should be there.
Correct.
Very
but
much
if,
so.
if you have somebody who's for the baby, who has somebody who's against the baby, how y'all gonna?
Well,
solve
these are conversations that should
Rock,
be
paper,
had
scissors.
before you fuck
Go
raw.
to court, bro. Take it to court litigation in some way, somehow. Because
They don't even need
if
court.
I want the baby and she don't want the baby, you gonna tell me she has more
think-
right
I
to
think-
to
If y'all-
take to
I would
kill
say
my
so.
child?
I think
would say
laws
so.
should be implemented for that scenario, trying to figure out
Yeah.
what happens if they don't agree, or
Right,
trying to
right,
come
right,
up
right,
to
right.
an agreement.
But the bottom line is, if two people disagree on this basic principle, then y'all should not be fucking with no condom. Bottom
Or
line,
contraceptives.
these are the conversations that you need to know somebody and understand where they are mentally
Yeah.
before you fuck them with no condom.
For
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Bottom line.
Or
Yeah.
birth control.
Or-
'Cause a lot of people don't like it raw.
All right,
They need men birth
I
control.
had
too.
to
Birth
throw
control.
out their contraceptives because
birth control.
yeah, plan B.
If you if you don't even know where this person stands on pro-choice,
Yeah, you don't want to end up with somebody that don't line up with you.
why? Bottom line, these issues, these conflicts could be avoided by simple conversation.
Condoms break, man.
That's a different scenario. Like we all know,
attest to that.
there's people out here that use abortion as contraceptive. If I get pregnant, I'll get rid of it.
It's too expensive though, you know.
But we know it happens, bro.
Yeah.
We have to be realistic. We know it happens.
not
and I
healthy.
think that's what these type of laws are aimed against people like that.
I like how what Keem was saying, like, some girls OD with their abortions, though. I think
Yeah,
it should be a
that's too
limit.
much.
4 or 5 deep.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, now what are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You making bad
It should
life
be
choices.
Yeah.
So how would you
You know what I'm
feel about if they say, all right, if you come out here a certain amount of times, we're tying your tubes, you can't have any kids. If you come in here a certain amount of times, we're tying your tubes.
You clearly don't
can't
wanna
have any
kids. You
kids.
clearly don't want to have kids, so
yeah.
why not?
Because
At a certain point,
Facts, like, you don't wanna have kids.
I actually know a person that had many abortions,
Mm-hmm.
and there was no limit to it. Kept getting the abortions. Now today, she's trying to have a baby.
Can't
She
have no
can't.
baby.
She's not
She
fertile.
can't.
She done
fucked
fucked up
up.
It's
the
not
factory.
healthy. Yeah, she fucked it up.
But at the
You
same
see?
time, that's a consequence to your actions.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
That's a consequence of your actions. Of course, you're gonna have to lay out the groundwork for them. Like, all right, you've been here 3 times. This is gonna be the 4th time. We're tying your tubes. You're either gonna have this baby
It's like
or
a
not.
felon, 3 strikes.
You're either
Right.
gonna have this baby or not. If you don't want this 4th child, we're gonna tie your tubes. You're not gonna be able to have any babies, and any baby that you have, you're gonna either have
That's
to.
a little excessive though. You can't force somebody
What you mean?
to do something.
What you?
We're
what
just
you mean
gonna
it's a little-
tie your tubes. Yeah, nah, bro, you wild.
But at the same time,
If
they're
we're
saying-
wilding
like it,
about them outlawing abortion. Could you
I like-
imagine
I
what
like the
America
idea.
would
I
be
like
if
where
a
it's
doctor
going.
can force
I
you
like
to
the
tie your
direction.
tubes?
I like the
think-
direction.
I think that a lot of people will be behind it because a lot of people think like, oh, you had a kid when you're young, you're stupid. I've literally had
Yeah.
people say that to me. I've literally had, oh, I'm not stupid. What, you fucking having kids when you're young? I mean, it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
Bad choices
But
come
at the
in
same time,
a variety of
if
flavors.
if you can't handle the responsibility that comes after that child,
Right.
and you keep paying for it to get aborted, you out.
I mean,
You either gonna adopt a kid or have a surrogate.
one time is a
Whenever
mistake.
you're
multiple
ready.
times is a pattern.
But you obviously don't have the mental capacity to say, hey, this happened the first time. Let me not do this. Let me not do this shit again.
Just like if you late to work, your manager
Exactly.
would be like, okay, they'll
Exactly.
give you love.
It's repetitive behavior.
There was an accident on I-4 that happens once maybe every 6 months.
Once every couple hours.
Every day.
I mean,
you wild.
okay.
That's the worst example.
We being, if that's the case, everybody would be fired. You know what I'm saying?
That was just a crash just now.
You know
Just
what I'm
like-
saying?
Right this
Literally,
second, somebody
Somebody's
crashed.
wrecked right now.
Somebody
But
just-
you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Extenuating circumstances happen every so often.
Yeah.
It don't happen every day.
But at the same time, if you
Yeah, I feel what you're
demonstrate
saying.
the,
You know what I'm saying?
if you demonstrate the fact that you cannot change, and I believe that everybody has that factor in them.
Stubborn.
Like you're either gonna do something different or you're not. If you keep doing the same shit over and
Right.
over,
That's
we
what I'm
can't trust
saying.
you no more.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
gonna say some shit,
I fucked up, but I'm gonna change up, and I'm not gonna fuck up no more.
surrogate or adoption.
I
feel
think the choice should be there. The choice
The
should
choice-
be there.
there
You
sh-
should
there should
not
be a
completely
choice on
outlaw
both.
because of everything we just
100%.
said was a pretty wild, all over the place conversation. We brought up a bunch of different scenarios when
Yeah.
it comes to abortion, right? Like all different type of scenarios. That's why the choice has to be there because you just
Yeah.
never know. Bro, life is
There's
crazy.
not a cookie
Yeah.
cutter
Even if
life is
scenario.
crazy.
Even if they do it a lot of times, it's put on them now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That, oh, now you can't have babies because you had too many abortions. It's not on
You're
us.
at your limit.
yeah.
That was on you. You
And
made that choice.
It's not a natural thing for the body. God didn't
Yeah.
intend for abortions to happen,
Nah,
so you can't
nah.
expect your body to take that well.
And I said all that to
It's
say
supposed to
this.
be doing.
I'm running for Democratic nominee,
Wow,
2020.
son.
Vote for
Wow.
me, Cutter Calhoun.
Wow.
Look for me on the internet.
Niggas
Follow
say
me.
tying your tubes after 3 abortions, 3 strikes and
Wow.
you're out. Undercut a Calhoun.
That's what you're running
Never
on?
having
That's your
kids.
ballot?
That's my platform.
That's your
bro.
platform?
That's my platform.
One abortion
Was it
per 2 years.
3 and out, nigga.
Calhoun and Clinton?
Calhoun
and
2019. I did not sign the crime bill.
2020?
Joe Biden wrote that
strikes.
motherfucker.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Bro, people crack me up. Man, listen, let me get me
All right,
started.
y'all.
Anyways, we
Yeah.
out. Yeah, I gotta
Yeah,
go.
so
bro.
check this out.
Love y'all.
We had a great show. I want to thank our guest, Kid
Yo.
Faze, for coming
Yes,
through.
much,
You know what I'm
much
saying?
love. I
Money
want to say
Map
real quick, I
Monopoly out
wasn't here
now.
in the beginning. Watched you perform at our showcase. Dope performance.
Thank you,
Showed
man.
a lot of love, yo.
You messed up, bro. You messed up on one thing.
What'd I
You
do?
forgot something.
What'd I forget?
The book bag.
Oh, the book bag with the speakers, bro. Yo, Pope
But that
Easy
was-
had me
that
dying,
was-
bro. He was like, nah, for real, the speakers work? Them shits don't work. Stop playing. He was like, yo, they work. They
Was
work.
that an MCM joint? MCM?
MCM. It's
No
called
doubt,
MCM
no doubt.
Whiz
Shout out.
Pack.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah,
no
that
doubt,
shit
no
was
doubt.
dope, man. But
But,
nah, his performance was
seriously,
dope,
though,
yo.
Thank you for coming through.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
it.
Thank you for
Appreciate
performing.
y'all.
You know what I'm
Appreciate
saying?
y'all, man.
We're going to keep an eye on you for what you do in the future. Best wishes to everything that you do.
Yes.
You want to shout out your
Alright.
social media?
Yeah, I am Kid Faze on everything. Just I am
Facebook
Kid
Faze.
Faze.
No doubt.
KidFaze.com is where you can find the music.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt.
Money
no
Map
doubt.
Monopoly out
And
now.
you got that joint at Guilt?
Yeah, Guilt. This,
Coming up
next Saturday, 25th.
Okay, no doubt.
Man,
Are you on
it's gonna
Shazam?
be- Shazam everywhere. It's on everything.
So if you heard any of the music you like, you just play it on Shazam and it should pop right up. Then.
Yeah.
No doubt.
And you might have to spell out your IG and your social media for all the people who aren't working on our frequency.
For the people in the back.
Where I am Kid Faze, KIDFAZE.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
We forgot to talk about Avengers, man.
Oh.
Damn, so it's going to be another sequel come out before we talk about
That
it.
shit. I still ain't see that shit, to be honest with you.
Wow, y'all tripping, man.
We might need to dedicate
can't
a
tell you
whole
who died?
episode to that.
Huh?
I can't tell you who died.
I know Captain America died.
No, Iron Man died.
No,
Iron
Captain
Man
America
died.
didn't die.
Who
Captain
the fuck
America
died?
passed off the
Black
shield,
Panther
right?
died?
Yeah, to
Falcon.
Yeah.
Who even knows who the fuck the Falcon is?
Oh, I ain't
You
even
know
see
what
that
it is?
part. I gotta
You know
watch
what
it
it is?
again.
They didn't build his story like the way they were supposed to. But
Like
in
what
the
Charlamagne was saying about the females, that they don't build the female characters.
Alright,
They
see,
don't have
look,
a story.
we getting way too deep on this content.
supposed
I
to be
gotta
ending
go.
this
I gotta
shit.
wake up
Yeah,
with
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
May in the
We about
morning.
to start another
Alright,
segment
more
and shit.
tournament games
So once
tomorrow.
again, thank you for the Kid Faze. You know what I'm
Shout out
saying?
to
It's
Kid
PRG.
Faze, man.
People Reach and Goes podcast. You can
Every
find
day.
us on all social media,
this day.
Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio. Just search PRG Podcast or 950 Entertainment. Until next time, we're going to get into a joint by my man Kid Faze to
One
close
more.
it out called Fearless.
Another one.
And check it out. We'll be right back next week. 950 NT PRG Podcast.
I'm not afraid to take a risk, to play the chips. If I hit or miss, I'm not afraid to fail or lose, to break the rules, cause that's what winners do. Everything or all, win, lose or draw. This what came about from me just wanting a car. Now I want a crib, my mama need another. I gotta make enough to take care of my brother. My baby cousin hit me cause his mama ran in trouble. So that previous amount, I gotta make that double. All my elders said that I was born to be a rebel. I was skipping in and out and walking with that medal. I don't care about no friends, I don't care about no foes. All I care about are my ambitions and my goals. Don't get in my way, cause I can't hesitate. Ain't no safety switch, I pull the trigger, let it spray. But I was never violent, I was always silent. Opposite of giant, with composure like a lion. Ain't no